have I known? Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name on it, my home. Yeah, that's my home. Israel, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I made a promise, can't nobody take it. I chose to put you above all the nations. Out of your graves, I chose to awaken. We made a covenant, don't you forsake it. Come get protected while they going crazy. Israel, my firstborn, my baby. Israel, my firstborn, my baby. I woke you up in your land of captivity. I do not change, I want you to remember me. Laws and commandments, I gave you the remedy. Go read the testimonies for your memory. I sent them prophets, but you was there hearing me. I come to you if you really come near to me. I heard your cry, now it's time to take it to me. I know what got you from all of your enemies. Who you know open the sea. The waters was bitter, but I made it sweet. In case you ain't know how to swim, I'm your protector, so I made you walk on your feet. This a reminder you married to me. I just want you to be all I called you to be. They called you niggas, but I made you priests. I'm about to give you back everything. I'm sending plays for you. I'm sending boys, drying up rivers. I leave them dead for you. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. You heard what I said for you. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. You heard what I said for you. For you, you only have I known. Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name on it, my home. Yeah, that's my home. Israel, I'm the reason you in captivity. We made a covenant, you ain't remember me. You broke the covenant, I sent your enemy. Get out my land since you wasn't fearing me. I'm the reason they put you in chains. I'm the reason they switched up your name. I'm the reason why you in the hood. I'm the reason of all your pain. I'm sending floors, fires, daily. Think I don't love you. Y'all my babies. Gave my son. Must be crazy. Come out that system, come out of that lady. They got that military, it would not phase me. It would not move me. It would not graze me. Remember Egypt. I did all that for my people. You only have I known. Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name on it, my home. Yeah, that's my home. You only have I known. Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name on it, my home. Yeah, that's my home. Israel.
In times. You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth. Yeah. Oh, they say misery loves company. Yeah. Show me hate, you won't get none from me. They say misery loves company. You show me hate, you gon' get love from me. These ain't raps, these Hebrew spirituals. I tell them guard your light, they wanna steal your glow. I started this with 60-second videos. Slight work, came up with this in like 5 minutes, bro. I'm thankful for this talent that he's given me. At this point, I can write about anything. No, for real, he give me songs soon as it crossed my mind. I hear the beat, connect the dots, and all the bars around. We wrestle not against flesh, guard your mind. These demons see something in you that's hard to find. That's why they talking down. You can't put no fear in me, don't cross the line. I'm a work in progress. No matter what I'm going through, I know who I belong to. Them haters wanna turn your smile into a frown, but never let them bring you down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. I won't sell my soul, I know my worth. Yeah. They say misery loves company. You show me hate, you won't get none from me. No, 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 no. I gotta do better, I got an idea, get some signs and we should set up shop. Word, they need to hear this word on every block. With no fear, we gon' keep going if they tell us stop. Bring affliction, I got on my persecution vest. Hearing well done, faithful servant, that's true success. Faith and works, he'll do the rest. It's now or never, even through trial and error. Said he would never forsake me and I don't doubt him ever. I pray his mercies are newer as every second passes. He gave us second chances, I can't take your grace for granted. That would be tragic when it's said and done. No matter what I'm going through, I know who I belong to. Finding creative ways to get the youth to listen to songs about biblical laws and our Savior's crucifixion. Enter the kingdom as a child. He gives grace to the humble, but he resists the proud. Never let them bring you down. Yeah. In the day, how you gonna hang? Shalom.
Israel, listen close. Every word I spoke was always meant for you. Yeah. Yeah. I stepped down from a throne of light, born of Judah in the dead of night. Perfect walk, yeah, I kept it clean. Every law, every commandment seen. I healed your wounds, I spoke your name. They hated truth, I took the blame. Taught you how to live God's way. Called you back when you strayed. Son of God, still flesh and bone. Crown of thorns, still sat on the throne. I laid my life down willingly, so my people could finally breathe. I saw you scattered, torn apart, still engraved on the Father's heart. Every lash, every sacrifice was me paying Israel's price. I was talking to you when I said God love the world, that truth. I gave my life, yeah, that was proof. Israel, I was talking to you. Israel, I was talking to you. I didn't come for every land. I came to free you from the hands, from your enemies, from oppression to Israel. I was talking to you. They flipped the script, they changed the frame, tried to erase your blood and name. But I know who I was sent to save. Lost sheep, walking foreign ways. 12 tribes scattered worldwide. Still hear my voice when I call you mine. I brought repentance, wipe your sin. Forgave your sin, seal your fate. Some say they Jews, but they ain't true. Time gon' show who I really knew. Every nation will bow and know my truth, that I have only ever loved you. Hold your head, don't lose your faith. I'm right on time, I don't show late. Every promise still intact. Ain't nothing I won't bring back. I was talking to you, John 3:16, yeah, that was you. Every word that I ever knew was spoken straight to Israel. I was sent for you alone, from captivity to the throne. I never loved another same. Israel, remember your name. New Jerusalem, coming down. Holy city, righteous crown. 12 gates standing side by side. Every tribe named carved inside. No more fear, no more tears, no more change from former years. What was stolen, I restore. You won't be low no more. Those who ruled you unjustly before will recognize what I ordained. Yeah, order restored, balance made. My people honor no more shame. I scatter you, but I never let go. I marked your mind before the world said no. I'm coming back to gather you from every nation, every view, bring you home where you belong. Israel, stay strong. Heaven's promise never fails. I know you well. Stand firm.
Israel, your king still walks with you. And what I promise, I will finish.
Hearts inside, woman, let me ride. Oh, baby, here it goes.
Versala.
I've been looking for feel good, it's still hood. Fresh, leaving no prints like Uncle Phil would. I feel it under my chest, I'm getting further from death. I see his water protecting me like a shield would. Lot of rain, keep the feel good. We gotta bang just to feel good. They bang the set, keep a drumstick tucked to the chest. And them symbols, just a symbol for the love for the metal. Glitter with bezels, find Nirvana in a speaker. And my love for the ghetto, builders dilapidated bass, rattle trunk with the treble. At the corner we would try to be rebels, cussing loud, smoking papers. Who'd have thought of these devils had us under their clutches? Guess the score wasn't settled. We the praise, so we praying in the hood, but we patiently waiting. Say the Shema when I rise, keep me away from the Satan. Put your spirit on my mind, give a song for salvation. Yeah, the sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. Rise and shine, put your makeup on. Baby girl, why you take so long? Had a vision of an angel, I forgot how she looked. Cause I saw you when my brain clicked on. Now I sing this song. Yep. Rise and shine, get your makeup on. Baby girl, why you take so long? Had a vision of an angel, I forgot how she looked. Cause I saw you when my brain clicked on. Now I sing this song. Yeah, like Lottie Dottie, got the spirit riding shoddy with me. She a baddie, take her to parties with me. Help me focus on my studies and we always see the darkest secrets. We read at night when the Father teaches. We keep it light, trying to brighten the night. Even though stress is mounting, had encounters on the devil's mountain. Felt the trouble when I stepped in the door and I should have never doubted. He sent an angel and I felt his power, still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. The sun brighter when I hear your quotes. I feel lighter when I hear your notes. This a melody for everyone with felonies. Know you still got hope. I said you still got hope. On that day then every nation and kindred would take a bow before the Lamb and come and learn from the Spirit. It don't matter what you witnessed before. If you're living then you still got hope. Yeah. On that day, every nation and kindred will take a bow before the Lamb and come and learn from the Spirit. It don't matter what they witnessed before. If you're living, then you still got hope. Yeah. It's brought around over here on this table. We want to make sure that everybody can line up and just get through smoothly. Put the plates, the forks, all that, line all that up. Hold on real quick. Move the tables over around the side like that. Yeah, because we got to make sure the walkway is clear for people to get through to the front. And then when we line up and do the prayers, we're probably going to like have everybody come around this way. And then we'll have Adawan Kanal do the prayers on that side. He'll start from the left and come all the way down. Yeah. Y'all love the feast days.
Hey, shalom, shalom, ashar Shabbat, shalom to everyone, to the brothers and sisters. Want to welcome you back to another Sabbath morning brew. That's right, Kawal. Get it on, get it on. Hey, it's another Sabbath, y'all. All praises to the Most High. Let's do that first. Let's give all praises to the Most High, right? That's Yahweh in the name of his son. That's Yahweh Shai. We want to give all praises, glory, and honor. All right. We want to thank y'all for being here and being with us on another Sabbath morning brew with Anointed House of Saints. Oh man, it's let me see. I'm looking out right now. Up here in Michigan, the weather been bipolar. So I'm glad that we got a little bit of sun. You know, we got a little bit of sun today. It is still a little bit nippy, but hey, it is what it is. You know, that's the cost that you have to pay when you live up this far up north. So I may be a little envious of them brothers down south. All right, just maybe a little bit on the weather part. But I'm Captain Knock, as y'all know. Let me go ahead and let my co-host go ahead and introduce himself.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. I'm so happy to be here doing these classes on the Sabbath. It is Officer Kowal, the Lion, man. I'm up in the building with my big bro, Officer Captain Knott. You know, we come in here, we've always talked about certain subjects, man, but this one is definitely going to be an encourager to you, man, because we got to know what it means to be chosen. So happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? I've been jamming to these songs and everything. Listen, that track by Jonathan, Adonai Jonathan, man. Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite one. That's why I always play it.
That joint is like fire. And then the song where he chose you, Only Israel. Listen, that song came in on time, man. I've been in here jamming. I've been doing my thing all week. I'm just happy to make it through the week to get to a Sabbath. All praises to the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. I'm ready to get this lesson on, man. I hope y'all got y'all stuff ready. Remember, Bibles, notebooks, pens, apocrypha. Precept your Bible, man. Let's get it out of wine. I'm excited for this one.
Con, just real quick, because I don't ever do this, but you know, when we play music, you know, we play music from the Israelite community, right? Because we've been given music, we've been creating music for the world for a long time. So it's a breath of fresh air to be able to, you know, have brothers, you know, create music, sisters create music, and we can, you know, we can praise and honor the Father in song. You know, with the music that we have out now, I mean, the Israelite music scene is on fire.
God,
You know, I'll play some of these tracks around brothers who ain't in the truth, is around the truth, and I'll watch them. They'll be like bopping their head and not even realizing, you know what I'm saying, what they listening to. So that just shows the talent and the skills that the Most High gave us, right, that he bestowed upon the children of Israel. But I want to give a shout out to all the brothers out there, Captain Jonathan. There's a young brother by the name of Young Prince. He has a song called Yahweh Shai. I played that. That brother's on point. That brother's on point. And to all the other brothers and sisters out there, you know, the water for your work and your music and your talents and skills that the Most High has bestowed upon you, and you can share it with us, right? So all praise for that. But before we get started, let me go ahead and matter of fact, let's just pull up the calendar real quick.
Let's do that.
We like to do that and bring up the dates that are coming up. There we go. Of course, this is our calendar, Anointed House of Saints, Feast Day Calendar 2026. What do we have coming up? Right around the corner, we have the Day of Simon. All right. Left-hand side shows all of our feast days that we have listed. The Day of Simon will be partaking on May 9th. Also on the right side, we have all of our new moons, right? Excuse me. Our next new moon, which will be our third month, will be on May 16th. So be looking out for lessons on those days. All right. All praise to the Most High for that. You can drop that down out the water. Before I do this all the time, any brothers who want to do the work with the Anointed House of Saints, all right, how do you get in contact with us? Through email. What does that mean? It means you need to send us your interest through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. In the description line, make sure you put prospect phase. Also provide your name, your number, your city and state, and we'll get information to you as to when our next class or prospect phase is going to begin. Also, any sisters who are wanting to do the work with the brothers of Anointed House of Saints, you can also put your brick in with our sisters ministry, which means that you need to send us an email with your interest, right? anointedhos@gmail.com. All right. In the description line, put sisters ministry. And we're putting this together as we speak. We're putting things together to get this going. I know I've announced it many times, but we actually have the platform laid out of how we're going to be bringing this forth. So any sisters, because we need our sisters with us, right? We need sisters that can teach other sisters, teach the children, right? And give aid and support to the brothers and to the congregation as a whole. All right. So all praises for that. Just send us your interest. We appreciate that. We'll get that information as to when things will get popped off and started shortly. All right. But hey, I'm enjoying this, man. A lot of people came in this morning, right? You notice that, Kawal? We got
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
More than usual. So all praises to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get. Look, if there was 200-300 people in here, ain't no way I'm giving all of y'all a shout out. I just can't do it. Just can't do it. But since we're a small congregation, but the Most High is, He's enlarging us. He will. You know what I'm saying? Got to have faith, right? We got to be obedient. We got to do what we're supposed to be doing. Most High gonna add, but for the 20 that are in here now, if that's what I see, that's what it's showing. Let me go ahead and get some shout outs. So let me see who the first person is in the room this morning. Joan Gilchrist. Shalom. Shabbat, mother. How you doing? Still praying for you. Lovely. Glad that you're here. As always, very diligent. Thank you. Shalom to the brother Soldier, Nadiyab, that mighty soldier, part of the engineering team. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to Dawa's Rib. That is the house of Yahweh. Dawa, also part of the engineering team. Shalom to you, sis. Good to see you. Shalom to the mighty brother Kevin Anderson. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you as always. Also, Shar Shabbat to the mighty brother Corey Robinson. I mean, brother, you've been diligent with us, brother. The water for that, right? You've been with us, man. You might need to send us an email with a description saying prospect phase, but anyway.
God.
Shalom to the lovely Sister Carla Taylor. Good to see you again, Sister Taylor. Shalom to you and your family. As always, diligent. Shalom to the mighty Captain Shaquat out in the Bay. Hey, that's the brother with all the work. That's Mr. Business right there, right? Shalom to you, King. Shalom. 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 Let's go. We got shalom to the lovely Josephina. Now, let me tell you something. This sister right here, when it comes to being a help, I can't even say any word. I think my silence is enough. The water for your service, sister. The water for your service. Shalom to the mighty, or lovely Sister Chosie, the Benjamite of Yasharala of Maine. If I got that right. Shalom to you, sis. Shalom to the mighty officer 2 times. That's the nickname I give him. Officer 2 times. Keziah in the building. Shalom. Shalom to the mighty Captain Yahweh, the Shalom Cap. So good to see you. So good to see you, Cap. Shalom. As always, shalom to the mighty brother Gary, also out in California. Shabbat shalom to you, brother. Shalom to Sister Destiny. Shalom, sis. Good to see you. To you, let's see who else we got in here. I think that may. Oh no, we got Captain. Hey, we got Big Cap, Captain Aharon down in Georgia. Hey, this is his baby right here. Sabbath morning brew. Shalom to you, Cap. Glad that you're here. Glad to see you this morning. All right, I don't see anything else. Anyone who wants to, give a shout out, place something in the chat. And at the end of class, I try to keep track for those who I didn't shout out, so I can shout out at the end of class. All right. So what are we doing today? Today's class. Somebody go ahead and pull up the thumbnail real quick. Today's class is called, what is it called? Sabbath Morning Brew presents the gifts of Israel. The gifts of Israel. As you can see, along the outside of that title, that main title, top far left, you see certain attributes, right? Or certain, what I would call gifts, right? Or what the scriptures actually can be described as gifts, right? You got wisdom, you got understanding, craftsmanship, workmanship of the hands, right? Physical strength, spiritual strength, and knowledge, right? These are many gifts that have been bestowed upon only one nation of people. And that's a very important thing to understand, right? Because what this class is going to convey and what it's going to show is that the Most High didn't make a mistake. He knew what he was doing, and he bestowed upon one nation who he is. And by him doing that, there's certain attributes that come with that, right? There's certain gifts and certain things that the Most High presents to us so that our light shines before the whole earth. All right. So Today is definitely going to pull that down with the water. Today is definitely a class where we'll be kind of going over certain examples of the many different gifts and talents. And when I say that, I'm talking about talent. You can go ahead and take the thumbnail down the water. Not just the fact that we're chosen, but what does that chosen mean? So let's go ahead and get the first let me get a first precept real quick just to start things off. And this is something that we know this, right? We know this. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:6. This is a classic, right?
Yep.
Because this kind of sums up everything. We see the word chosen, special to the Most High. And we just kind of want to go a little bit deeper into just how important being chosen, being special, being, the only begotten of the Father, what that's really going into. Go ahead and bring that up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
So right off the top, I mean, it's that verse right there says a whole lot, right? It's saying that for thou art an holy people, right? And we know holy is going into being separate.
That's right.
Set apart, right? Set apart from what? Set apart from everything else that all the other people that God created, right? To be special, to be chosen, right? Read it again.
God. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. And it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
So I've always described this as how do we like vision what this is actually saying, right? And to be honest, without us even having the scriptures, we can see this actually being played out even today. What do I mean by that, right? You guys should know this, right? When it comes to us, to our people, there are certain things that we are able to do that other nations can't.
God.
Some of the other nations even call it raw skill or raw talent, right? The fact that, if you compete against us in sports, another nation can create a sport, right? We never played it, never practiced it, never heard of it, but we go out there, we'll excel and even end up taking it over, right? That's a special thing that's already built in us, right? We see that. We see that we are, we can move better. We have rhythm. Our food has taste. You know what I'm saying? It got flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say that we are the salt of the earth, right? So all of these things are wrapped into being what? Being the chosen of the Most High God, right? That's something to actually look at and say like, wow, now I know why other people hate us so much. Now I know why they treat us so bad. Now I know why they look at us and shake their head, really wishing they could be us and be like us, but so pissed off that they can't. So the only thing they can do is try to keep us down, right? Right? Yeah, go ahead and bring that up. Read that James brought up. That goes right along with the same thing.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2. And that reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth."
Again, that's being reestablished again in Deuteronomy 14:2. You'll also find some of the same thing, and I think 1 Peter 2:9.
Yes.
Captain just posted up one. Read this one also, because these are all going to say the same thing, right? And this is going to be good for the lesson.
That's right. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 15. And it reads, "Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day."
So we see how the Most High, what does it show? It shows that even when it got to the point of when he introduced himself to the fathers, right, to the chosen seed line, that it was established through them, but then also through their seed, right? We know that Abraham had, like, friends, Abraham is a father of many nations. Abraham had about, what do you have, 8 sons? I want to say something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But only 1 out of those 8 were of the chosen and the promised seed line, right? So it's passed on down from the fathers even to their children, right? So that's a glorious and wonderful thing to know. Let me also get so let's do it like this. We want to go with how superior the Most High created us over other nations, right? He gave us the ability to have superior minds, right? Give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, start at verse 5. All right.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Whenever you're ready, Adawan.
Go ahead.
God. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5, and it reads, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me that ye should go so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Come on, read.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people."
So what is this saying? This is saying that the Most High gave us what? Instructions on how to elevate or be elevated above other people, even so much to the point where the other nations are going to take notice. It's impossible for them not to notice when we are keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, and we're doing what the Most High says to do, right? The other nations can't help but to see it, right? And not only that, I'll even say, and this is me saying, when they see it, they're going to fear, right? Not in fear of necessarily us, but fear of the power that's behind us. Who is that? The Most High God.
Most High God.
Right? So let's look at, you got anything you want to add to that, Kawal?
Yeah, I mean, if we can just continue to read the verse itself.
Go ahead and finish up.
Let's go ahead into that real quick. We stopped at verse 6. Let's go into verse 7 and verse 8. "For what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them,
God,
as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for?
That's right.
And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day?" This is the thing. The Most High works so closely with us. Amos chapter 2 and verse 9, he said he only knows us above all, and therefore he's punishing us for all of our iniquities. That's right? He only knows us. So in looking at that, he's just that close with his people to where when we do what he tells us to do, everyone else around has to follow. If you think about it, we are in music industry, we're in the entertainment industry, we set fashions, we set trends, we do it all. And look at what the entire world, all these other nations do. They follow after us. We lock our hair. I have seen this. Our people have had locks for years, okay? And now it's become such a trend that even Moab, with his straight hair, has found a way to lock his hair.
Right.
There is literally a video of that. So you can't say that we don't set things in motion. Once we get our hands on something, whether it's something that they called themselves trying to invent, or if we invent it ourselves, it becomes a part of everybody's culture almost. Everybody wants to follow it because that's what we set. We are the salt of the earth.
That's right.
It just is what it is. And they hate the fact that that's what it is. So they try to appropriate and bring that into what they're doing to try to be something that they hate. Make it make sense.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So The Most High is there. He's always in the midst of us. He's in the midst of Israel. He's not in the midst of any other nation. He's in the midst of Israel and only in the midst of Israel. And so when we do things, all of these other nations are going to follow. So what do you think is going to happen if they sit and actually see us follow after what the Most High said? And when we're in rulership, they're going to have to do it, else their nation's going to be destroyed.
God.
It is what it is. So all praises to the Most High. I'm going to yield there, Adawan.
God, no, I mean, that's so on point. I mean, this is almost like the Most High boasting. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Because the question is, and what nation is there so great, right? And so righteous as all this law, right? It's the law that establishes the wisdom system. That is the system of wisdom, is the law.
That's right.
Right?
God.
And it's only been given to our forefathers and their seed.
God.
Right? That right there is the top advantage over everybody else. Playing up on tables, like Nadiab said, trendsetters, right? Because that's what we are, right? Trailblazers and trendsetters, right? Give me, let's continue. Sister Carla Taylor, she actually posted the next script I was going to bring out preset. Go ahead and get that Psalm 147, because we know this, right? I'm going to bring out certain, scriptures that you may be familiar with, but we're going to add some, we're going to elaborate on this thing, on how important it is to take advantage of being God's chosen people. All right? Go ahead and read that.
God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. And it reads, He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
So no other nation got the knowledge that Israel got.
That's
I think it's and what's even more cold about that is it almost says, what is that in somebody correct me, I think is it in Baruch? I may be wrong. 336. I may be wrong on that. Somebody check on that. But to be able to have these laws, statutes, commandments only given to us, right? And then the statement says that the Most High ain't dealt with nobody else. The Most High has not even given them anything of his presence, anything of his knowledge. He only gave it to one people, right? So to have that in our grasp is something that we have to be like, you know what? All my life in this modern time, I've been told I'm nothing. I've been told that, we've been profiled. We've been redlined. We've been discriminated against. We've been wrongfully accused, wrongfully imprisoned, right? And it's not just, this is not something we talk about every now and then. This is something that's continued for decades, for years, for hundreds of years, first in chains and then out of chains, making us think that we're free. And I think that we became more enchained after the real chains came off. That makes sense. But to have the knowledge of the law, to know that the Most High only gave it to us, you really, Israel, you really got to just think about that. Think about how special that really is.
That's
especially when we've been given all these lies through Christianity, right? Saying that we can be a part of something, right? The thing is that we've always been a part of the Most High God, right? We are his vessels.
That's right.
To the other nations, right? Let's continue. Let me get give me Psalms, because this is going into the wisdom. This is going into how we have superior minds above the other nations, right? Give me the book of Psalms 119, start at verse 98.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 98. And it reads, Thou through thy commandments has made me wiser than mine enemies.
Read.
For they are ever with me.
Keep reading.
I have more understanding than all my teachers,
Mm,
For thy testimonies are my meditation.
the word. Read.
I understand more than the ancients because I keep thy precepts.
Man, see how that is? I mean, through the commandments, says it
Mm,
has made me wiser than the enemies. Right? So without the commandments, it's a level playing field with the enemy. That's not good. Right?
that's right.
So the commandments give us advantages, right? It gives us the wisdom and knowledge. Not only it gives us the power of the Most High, right?
Mhm.
That is the power of the Most High. All praise. Hey, that's a powerful. Those are some powerful precepts right there. I had to bring that one out. Right? I had
Done.
to. Right? But
Done.
we know that these laws is what keeps us on top, right? And let's reestablish again who are the laws given to. Who are they for? For Israel. Give me let's get another classic, Romans 9:4, real quick.
Yep. It's the book of Romans, chapter 9 and 4, and it reads, Who are Israelites?
Uh-huh.
To whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory
Mm-hmm.
and the covenants
Mm-hmm.
and the giving of the law
Mm-hmm.
and the service of God and the promises.
So all of those things only belong to one nation. That's a lot.
Mhm.
You know, these other nations claim, you know, that they can be a part of it, or they can be saved, they can be a part of the covenant. How come they're not in Romans 9:4? It did say Israel, right? Israelites who are, it didn't say who are heathens, it didn't say who are Moabites, who are Japhites, it didn't say who are Ammonites, didn't say who are Edomites, it says who are
Exactly.
Israelites, and then it gave what belongs. Why does it belong? Because it was given to them by the Most High God, the creator of all
That's
things.
right. That's
Right?
right.
Something to really think about. Israel, I want y'all just look. We know a lot of us on here in this class. We know that we're Israel. We know and we believe and we have faith in Christ, and we've come back to God's laws. We're keeping His laws to the best of our ability for those things that we can, that we are allowed and able to keep. But really think about, because sometimes we really got to reflect. Where were you 10 years ago? Right?
Wow.
Because think about it. In your mind, you would say to yourself, you know, I'm wise. I know I'm good. And you see how other nations treat us. You know, you go and get that, you go and apply for that job. Right? Got the same skills and set as the other interviewees, right? You may have something even more, but somehow you always get passed up, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But think about how when, you know, you used to be out in the streets, being in the world. And the many times when you could have been bent up, you could have got caught up,
Yep.
but you was able to make it through, right? There's something special with us, even when the Most High is not with us. We are still a special people, but we're not His people until we actually are doing what He tells us to do, because not all Israel is Israel. But my point is that He already bestowed upon us, even before the law, Moses brought out the laws, the chosen seed line was given a law, right? Abraham had the law. Adam had the law. Seth had the law. Shem had the law, right? So it was always with us. It was already set up for us. By the time the children of Israel got here, everything had already been established and set up, right?
Yeah.
All we had to do was just take hold of it and obey. That was it, right? Let's get some examples. I want to talk about Abraham for a minute, right? About his wisdom. Give me the book of Genesis give me Genesis started chapter 23 and started verse 4. I'm sorry, no, read verse 6.
The book of Genesis chapter 23 and starting at verse 6. And it reads, Hear us, my Lord.
Salakia. Let me start at verse 4. Yeah, start at verse 4. Just give a little context. Matter of fact, start at 3.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 23 and verse 3. And it reads, And Abraham stood up from before his dead and spake unto the sons of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my Lord. Thou art a
Hold on.
mighty.
What they say? Hear what?
Hear us, my Lord.
Wait a minute. Are these who are these children of Heth?
Mm,
Are those Israelites? Keep reading.
that's a good question, Adawan. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my Lord. Thou art a mighty prince among us. In the choice of our sepulchres, bury thy dead. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulchre, but that thou mayest bury thy dead.
So what is this showing? This is showing that the other nations had mad respect.
Mm-hmm.
They called Abraham Lord. They said that he's a mighty prince because the Most High God was with them. I mean, the heathen nations they gonna have, when we put on that mantle, when we put on the whole armor of the Most High God, the other nations have to respect us.
That's right.
They may not like it, but they're gonna have to respect us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what comes with being chosen, being God's chosen, right? I mean, look at this. It says, Hear us, my Lord. Thou art a mighty prince among us.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham just said that I'm a stranger in your land. I don't know nothing about what's going on, but they said he's a mighty prince. They already seen the light. They already seen the light in Abraham. They already knew. He may not have had to say even one word, to be honest. He could have just pointed and did hand signals, and they would have known, you can do whatever you want because you that man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that just shows what it's like when you take on what the Most High had bestowed upon us, and that was his love, his commandments, and his obedience, and our obedience to him, right?
God.
You got anything you want to add to that before I move on?
I mean, it's kind of like something from a quote from a movie.
Right.
And worried about the other nations liking you. They need to respect you.
That's right.
How does that happen? How does it happen? How do we get the other nations to respect us? They ain't gotta like us. I mean, me personally, I can care less whether or not they like me or not. I don't care. But they're gonna respect me because of the way that I carry myself, the way that I go about my life, the way that I let my light shine so that everyone can see, oh, this brother's serious. Don't cross this brother. He that one. Mm-hmm. It should be that way wherever it is that you go, whoever it is that you come across. They have to respect you, right? It ain't about them liking you. And they fall in line and they do what they're supposed to do in their due diligence. You know what I'm saying? We are that people. We are the ones that hold the keys. Like we should be in that position. Because the Most High chose us. So whether or not they like us or not, that shouldn't even be our concern.
Right.
I'm more so worried about if the Most High like me.
Kind.
You know, I want to be pleasing in his sight. Like, let me be obedient because I do not want his wrath on me. I really don't. I'm more worried about that than having somebody who the Most High placed under me liking me. What? Nah, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the mindset that we all should have, man. That scripture that you were looking for, James Jones, you pulled that out. That was not second Esdras. That was Baruch, the Baruch scripture, chapter 3 and verse 36.
Let me make sure that's what I didn't even.
I think that is what you were looking for, Adawan.
Go ahead and bring that out real quick and see if that's what it is.
God. And it reads, let me see here. Yeah, verse 36. It reads, he hath found out all the way of knowledge and have given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved.
Con, that does go with it. That wasn't the one, but that goes right along. All praises to the Most High. That's a perfect precept.
Mm.
Get second Esdras 336 because I wanted to show why it is so important, right? Just to show just how important it is for us to realize the position that we're in, right?
Right. Second Esdras chapter
3:36.
3 and verse 36, and that reads, yep. Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Now, hold on. It says Israel hath kept by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Mm.
Why? Because look, we were given the commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we keep them? That's a trick question.
Mm.
I want to ask the chat. Did we keep them? I wish we had a Jeopardy. Do we got a Jeopardy thing on here? The Jeopardy music. That's what I'm asking the chat. Did we keep them?
Getting some answers.
All right. So, but wait a minute. Why is it saying, read second Esdras 3 and 36 again?
Guys, the book of second Esdras chapter 3 verse 36, and it reads, thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
So it says that we have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. But if the heathen didn't keep them, and we were given God's laws, but we didn't keep them, it's almost like, damn. It makes me think this way. It just shows you just how special we are. Because the Most High could have easily just said, forget us and go with a whole nother people.
Hey, quiet is kept out of one. The Most High said it. He said it out of his own mouth. He said, you know what? I'm going to do away with these people and I'm going to make a seed line from your line, Moses. He talked to Moses about doing that.
Yeah.
But Moses petitioned the Most High on our behalf.
Yes, he did. I was just going to bring that out. He petitioned. So did the Most High give it to another people? No.
He did not.
And all these years later, right? These centuries later, it's still only our people. So that's another thing. Yeah, there were times when we kept the commandments, we prospered. And there were times when we didn't keep commandments and we were put into captivity.
That's right.
Right. But no other nation has even been afforded to go through what we go through. Right. That's what makes us special also. Not just the fact that we are God's chosen and that we are blessed when we're obedient, but we're also punished when we're disobedient. I know that doesn't sound like a special thing, but it's just like a father, chastising his children.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
You might get your backside, something put on the backside every now and then, but are you still the child to the father? You are. So I just wanted to bring that aspect out. The heathen can't keep it, right? Because they were not given the laws. They were not chosen by the Most High God, right?
That's right. God.
So that totally eliminates everyone else, right? Only the children of Israel. That's a great advantage to know that only we can receive the gifts of the Most High God. Think about that. The gifts that we have that we don't know how we got them came from our Father, right? But we utilize the gifts that he's given us in wicked ways in the world, right? Now that we're coming back to the truth and knowledge of who we are, we can now actually enhance that power and those gifts by keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. because now we understand where, even when it comes to our physical being, where it comes from, right? All praises. Let me get Genesis, because I want to show you. We're staying with the mindset, right? The mindset. Give me Genesis 14. Started verse 14.
The book of Genesis, chapter 14 and verse 14.
Now, yeah, go ahead. I'll explain. Go ahead.
And it reads, and when Abraham heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servants, born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan.
So this is where the strategy and leadership of Abraham is coming to fruition, right? Because he took the small force he had to destroy kings, right? Keep reading verse 15.
Verse 15, and he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus.
So the strategy, right, and the brilliance of Abraham, right, to be able to train his soldiers that were brought up in his own house, right? It even says, now this, people may not pay attention to this, but it says that, and he divided himself against them, he and his servants. So dividing, that's a strategy technique, right? By night, that's another strategy. We know that in wars, you attack people, you can make an attack when people least expect it, right? You know, just like the Lord says, he comes as a thief in the night. You're not expecting anything in the night because you're either asleep or you're about to go to sleep or you're thinking that everything is safe and sound. And then all of a sudden, destruction, right? So this is showing the brilliance and the strategy, techniques, and tactics that the Most High bestowed upon his chosen, right? And Abraham is a prime example of that. All right. Give me the book of Sirach. Give me Sirach chapter 44. Yep. And start at verse 19.
The book of Sirach chapter 44 and verse 19. And it reads, Abraham was a great father of many people. And glory there was none like unto him.
Y'all see that? What did it say? Read that again.
Verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him.
It says Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him. That goes back to where the sons of Heth, right? Children of Heth called him Lord, right? Called him a mighty prince, right? He had more glory than any the time of him coming out, right? In his time, right? Keep reading, matter of fact. Let's go ahead and keep reading and see what it says.
Verse.
Because where does glory come from?
Yeah, the Most High. Verse 20. Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him? He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful.
See that? Abraham took it upon himself to obey the Most High God and have faith in the Most High God, right? That's cold piece right there. That's a cold piece. All right. So before the law, our forefathers, hold on a second. Our forefathers already showed what it meant, right? To be above all the other nations, right?
That's right.
So we see wisdom that the Most High gave us, but it didn't stop right there. Let me get Exodus, all right? Because I'm going to show you these skills that were given to us. Let me get Exodus chapter 31. And I see great precepts coming out in the chat. Keep posting them, please. Some great precepts. Some precepts I have and some I don't. So all praises.
Book of Exodus.
Yeah, Exodus chapter, what I call 31, I believe. Yeah, Exodus 31, and I want you to start at verse, is it 2 or, let me see, 31 and in verse, You can start at verse 2 just to give a little bit of context. Yeah.
Context.
Yeah.
God. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 31 and verse 2. And it reads, See, I have called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And I have filled him with the spirit of Yahweh in wisdom and in understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of work.
Now,
workmanship.
now we see this being set up, right? The Most High God filled, it says that he filled him with the Spirit of God. What comes with the Spirit of God? Wisdom, understanding, knowledge, right? And all manner of workmanship. What is that all manner of workmanship coming? That's talking about the skills, right? The physical skills. We can use physical skills, right? Because it's going to let us know. Keep reading, verse 4.
God. Verse 4, to devise cunning works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass.
Read.
And in cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of timber, to work in all manner of workmanship.
Y'all see that? So if we really think about the skills and talents that so-called African Americans have, right? We can look at how everything we put our hands to, we seem to exceed above everyone else, right? When it comes to building, when it comes to artwork, when it comes to, anything with our hands, right? The Most High God gave us the skill through his laws and commandments and his spirit within us, like it says, right? He put the Spirit of God in them to be able to do these things. And then the rest of the nations marvel at how in the world that these old crazy looking such and such, how they able to create that?
Right.
I mean, I can think of one thing right now. There would not be any cell phones right now if it wasn't for a brother and a sister. Look it up. I don't have their names right now, but the sister devised a way to where you can talk with one person and not have a line connected to it, which we call, mobile phones, right? Cell phones. So these are things, that we don't hear about. They don't tell us, they don't really give us the information of our great architects and our great theologians, well, not theologians, but our great, what's the word? Philosophers and those who study, things that when it comes to the arts and history of the world, right? Our people are all mingled in between all of that, right? We are the creators of pretty much all of that. All right. Give me let's keep going. What this is showing is that these skills come from what? The Spirit of the Most High God. Right. Matter of fact, bring up, that's another precept I got. Go ahead and pull it out because Officer Keziah posted. Read that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1.
I got that later on, but you brought it out now. Let's go ahead and bring it out.
Guys, the book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 4. And it reads, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Look at that, man. So we was learning all kind of things. The Most High gave us power to pick up on things that other nations had cherished. We were able to understand things that they had going on better than them.
Right.
Think about that. I mean, that's all gifts from the Holy Spirit, right? Let's get another one on that spirit. Give me a Exodus 35 and 35.
God, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 35. And it reads, them have he filled with wisdom of heart to work all manner of work of the engraver and of the cunning workman and of the embroiderer in blue and in purple and scarlet and in fine linen and of the weaver, even of them that do any work and of those that devise cunning work.
That's covering every base right there. That's from the brothers to the sisters to the children.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's a wonder why we get like why we know how to match ourselves, we know how to dress. You know what I'm saying?
God.
I'm telling you, man, if we go out somewhere, like hey, y'all know how we is, especially when we was in the world, we going out to a certain function or event. We was going to the mall or whatever earlier that day. Pick out our whole outfit from head to toe. Am I lying? And be looking good.
Yep.
Right? You see some of the other nations coming to another event, a dress-up event, and they look like they just got out of bed and walked in. There's no comparison.
God.
Right? You know what I'm saying? We match up well. We know how to put our things together, right? So, that's true. Real quick, Keziah. It's videos circulating how other nations, mainly Asian countries, are comparing. I've seen those videos.
Yes.
If anybody ain't seen those, there are Asian countries that when they see us, they talk about our build, they talk about how they fear us, but they talk about how powerful we are. Matter of fact, I think there was an Asian brother that said, he would get smashed because of the build, not only of the men, but the women too. So the other nations see it, y'all.
That's right.
Whether they're seeing the light and the truth of who we are, they already know that we have an advantage over everybody else. But it's important for us to understand what is that advantage. How do we bring out that advantage? How do we use that advantage? Right? It's not because we think that we have the raw talent and skill on our own, right? Because the Most High can take that away with a snap of a finger. But it's because it's established because the Most High gave it to us. But there's stipulations on how we can actually utilize that. Right?
That's right.
You got anything? You got any points you want to bring out?
I'm gonna bring this point out. Josie the Benjamite, my sister, man, I love her dearly, yo, for real. Listen, she put a point in the chat. Even at Passover, we show out. We stepping out in our best. Passover is like a major event, so you know for certain.
That's right.
We're gonna coordinate colors. We're gonna put some stuff together. We're gonna elaborate in certain areas. Certain areas we're gonna humble down. We're gonna balance everything out, and boom, there it is. You know what I'm saying? We walk out of the house. When we go to work, even when we go to work, listen, where I work currently right now, let me tell you, there are sisters that I do work with. They come out and they dress very professional, color coordinated from head to toe. I work with brothers in the same field in implementation. They don't come out in implementation. I know for some of you that may have worked in like call centers and stuff like that, implementation deals with like IT and stuff like that, right? And you see some of those people, they're the ones that work in IT, they're just in like slacks and a polo shirt. There are brothers in the field where I currently work, they're in suits, ties, vests, and they come out and check IT stuff like sharp. You know what I'm saying? So we are literally put together, and the aura that we carry on ourselves, it brings a specific type of presence that's unmatched. You know what I'm saying? People can look, and certain people get a little bit, I'm gonna use the word, people get a little intimidated because of what we have on us. Why do you think that is? The Most High specifically did that for a purpose.
That's right.
Right? He chose you above all of the nations. Like, that is heavy. You chose me to be above every single nation? What? Hold on. And I know some of us sometimes will sit back and be like, man, I don't know. I don't even feel worthy of having that. But the Most High gave it to you. And he wants you to carry out the purpose throughout the earth. So, of course, we're going to have that aura. Of course, we're going to have that thing about us. It's just on us. It's on us. Like I said earlier, we set the tone for everything. We're the trendsetters. We are the trendsetters. Every other nation bites off of us. It is what it is. Right? So that's why it's so imperative to where we have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and do what the Most High told us in the first place.
God. Hey,
That's just
you know, hey, Keziah brought out another good point. I'm gonna pull that back up. Hey, somebody pull that back up, because Keziah just said. It says, why wouldn't you get clean, boy? Be clean at camp. We used to get fresh and go to the club. Why
right.
not serve the Most High dripped out?
Time. Facts. All facts. All facts.
That's how we should be taking advantage of what the Most High has given us. That
Mhm.
is a part of our light. I'm not saying that you got to dress and buy the most expensive. We ain't even got to buy the most expensive. That's the thing. You know, our sisters are bargain. They go for bargains. They can put stuff together and not hardly cost anything and still look like $100 million. The point is that he said good nasty with no salt. But the point is yes, we used to, in the world, we used to get dressed. I mean, man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I used to spend some money, go out to the club on the weekend, expecting to find some little shorty and do whatever wickedness that came into mind or whatever. But we can get dressed for that. How much more so for the Most High? Right?
Yeah.
When we congregate, when we come together, when we're going out to camp, we don't come out looking bummy. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not that our presence, it doesn't matter what we look, but if we are the ones that have been, that these gifts and this law and this love has been bestowed upon us, why not show it to the fullest?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Why half step? Everybody already hating on us from just being Black and African American.
Time.
So why not give the Most High the respect and jump on the bandwagon of the laws, if I could say it that way? Jump on the laws, keep the laws of God, to show just how special and how important we are to the Most High God. Shalom to Brother Tank. Shalom. Good to see you, King.
Shalom, big brother. Shalom. Shalom. Hey, Salakia, here's a very good example of that. Everybody remembers King Solomon.
Yeah, I got that coming up.
I'm not only, you know what? I don't want to go with it.
Bring that out when we get to him. Bring that out.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be able to catch it all.
Man.
Matter of fact, we about to jump on that here in a minute. We're going to continue where wisdom is placed inside of us, right? Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and start at verse 17.
God. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and verse 17. And it reads, "For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements."
Wow. Already just giving Solomon things that no one else can have the privilege of being able to receive. Keep reading.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the change of seasons.
Read.
The circuits of years and the positions of stars. The natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts. The violence of winds and the reasonings of men. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
Now, the Most High is the reason for this. Solomon is telling you and explaining to you, look, all of this that I have, me being the wisest king to ever live, is not because I was just able. No, it's because of the Most High God, right?
Yep.
Keep reading. Read the next verse.
God. And this is a gem. This is a gem. Verse 22. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good.
Man, keep reading. So, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits.
Where you at? What verse? My
Let's
bad.
go into verse 24.
Con. So yeah, you can stop right there.
Con.
So I mean, wow, that's like a cup running over, ain't it?
Con.
That's
Gives
like
you
being
access
filled.
to everything.
Everything. It's overflowing.
That's
I mean,
access to everything. Access
that
to everything. And this is what Solomon had asked. This is the reason why Solomon got that. I'm gonna tell you something.
That's right.
Solomon humbled himself first. He did not seek for riches. He didn't seek for many wives. He didn't seek for none of that. He said, just give me the wisdom that I'm able to rule over your people.
That's right.
Because I'm of a young age. I don't have that wisdom just yet. And the Most High saw that and honored it and gave it to him.
I just want to say, and by him being humble, by him asking for wisdom, what did that do in turn for Solomon? That he was granted the wisest king, right? He was granted, he didn't have to ask for money once he had got the wisdom, because with the wisdom, the money gonna come anyway.
Right.
Think of it that way, right? Everything gonna come with the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, right? Mm-hmm. That's where you flourish. That's where you prosper, right? So that was real good. I enjoyed that one. Let's get some more about the source and the wisdom of God being bestowed. Give me the book of James, chapter 1.
Yep.
As y'all see, we're going all over the scriptures, all over just Apocrypha, New Testament, Old Testament. We know that it was all one, not divided into these three different categories, but just trying to show you that this knowledge, this wisdom, this gift that was given to the children of Israel is pronounced throughout the whole book, right? So let me get there real quick, Kawal, with you.
Got another one.
Real quick here.
Book of James, chapter 1. You want to start at verse?
Oh, I'm Salaki. Start at verse
5.
That's where I was gonna go, but I just read verse 4 too.
This is the book of James.
No. Salaki. Start at verse 3.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, starting at verse 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Read.
But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
See, that goes into that where people say we can't be perfect, but it's telling us to be patient so that we can have patience can have her perfect work. So right. Perfection is what we're seeking. Keep reading.
Verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
So what is this really saying? This is saying that the Most High Yahweh is the source. Mm-hmm. That's who we have to depend on and go to. If any one of you lack wisdom, if any one of us lack wisdom, it says, let him ask God. Not only that, it says that give it to all men. Is that all men, speaking of all men?
That all men is not speaking of all men.
Right.
Because this is addressed to a specific people.
Read James 1:1. I just want to add this just because there are going to be some people going to say, oh, that says, read John 1:1. I'm sorry, James 1:1.
God, this is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting.
To the 12 tribes. So now we know who the audience is.
Mm-hmm.
We read verse 5. When he gives it to all men liberally, that's speaking of all of Israel. All right. Just want to, just so you know, because there's going to be some people who say, oh, there's another all. Christians can use that. See, it says all, but you're not reading in context, brother. Right? Okay. So that's just showing that the Most High is the source of our wisdom, right? He put it inside us. All right. Give me now. Let's go to another part. We about to deal with the with the physicality. How does God's laws and being obedient to his laws, being obedient to his statutes, his commandments, does that build us up physically? Does it? Does it give us a special gift of strength above other people? Do we have any examples? Y'all, do we have any examples? I don't know. Kowal, do we have any examples of that in the scriptures?
We got some examples. We definitely got some examples.
Give me the book of Judges, chapter 14. Yep. Let's see. Let's see. Start at verse. I want to. Start at verse. I like to have a little bit of context, just a little bit. Start at verse 4. Judges 14 and 4.
Okay, kind.
I think they'll know who this is talking about once we keep reading. Go ahead.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 14, verse 4, and it reads, "But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord Yahweh that he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel."
Okay, what is that saying? Read it again.
"But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Yahweh that he sought an occasion against the Philistines, for at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel."
So the Most High is setting up a battle. The Most High is setting up an exhibition. I'll say it like that, right? You know, the mother and father of Samson don't know this yet, but he's setting it. He's like, watch this. I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me go ahead and let my young lion Samson. Let me show what I can do real quick, right? Keep reading.
God. Verse 5. "Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnath, that came to the vineyards of Timnath, and behold, a young lion roared against him.
Okay, keep reading.
And the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid. And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done."
Now wait a minute, hold on. Because we got brothers, I'm just going to use a comparison in the brothers in the world, right? We have, when you look at our build compared to other nations, we're built different. You got a brother that's working out versus another nation that's working out, we just look 10 times better, 10 times stronger, right? Samson, it says, verse 6 says, "And the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him." Samson didn't have this on his own, right? But because of the obedience that Samson had at this time, the Most High was like, I'm going to put him on display. I'm going to show my power.
Yep.
I'm going to show just how special being my chosen is. Right? That strength came from the spirit of the Most High God. Right? Is there anything else I want on that? Give me let's continue, right? Give me Judges. Go to the next chapter, chapter 15. And I want you to start y'all know about this. Start at verse 14.
God.
Sticking with
book.
Still.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 15, and starting at verse 14. "And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands."
God, so it's showing that when he had them bands on, the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, right? This is what Most High is displaying, right? Displaying his power through his vessels, through his chosen, right? Through his obedient children, right? Keep reading, verse 15.
Verse 15. And he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith.
Read.
And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men.
Ain't that something? With a jawbone, y'all. Jawbone of an ass.
Oh, what?
Right?
I'm like, yo, Yasharala, really think about this, man. Really think about this.
That's a true superhero in their eyes. Go
Fine.
ahead.
Like, this is a man who was made a judge over Israel,
Yep.
who had the Spirit of the Lord on him, who tore a lion in half. Number one, he tore a lion in half. That's what we just read. Then goes and takes a jawbone of a donkey and kills 1,000 Philistines.
You ain't doing that today. Ain't nobody doing that today.
At all.
But that's something that, look, if we have enough faith and we practice obedience, is the Most High, can the Most High bestow that upon us? I believe so. You may not believe it, but I believe it.
Can we get that? Can we get that scripture that Christ was talking about? Faith as a grain of mustard seed. Can we get that? Because I mean, that pretty much illustrates it a lot. I would say. I believe that's in the book of
Matthew. I got it in Matthew. Yeah.
Okay, come.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, and verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
He said, nothing shall be impossible unto you. What is our weapon? It's our belief. It's our faith in what the Most High has established for us already. The law, statutes, and commandments, the finished work in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Our faith is in that. So when we say to something, be removed, we believe that it's going to be removed. Those particular types of works that we have seen Samson do, like, come on, like, what, yo, where's our faith at? That's my question. Where's our faith at? Where's our faith at, man? Like, we definitely got work to do. We got a lot of work to do, and it shows in our faith and our belief system when it comes to the Most High and what's been established already. And if he can work through Samson, and Samson killed 1,000 men with a donkey's jawbone, not a sword, not a spear, not a javelin, not a broad. He didn't kill them with any weapons, man. He picked up a jawbone of a donkey and killed 1,000 men. That's the type of power that we actually have in us when we are completely obedient to his will and way of doing things. We just got to be obedient, man. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. That's what we have on us. And I'm telling you, these other nations know it. That's why they're trying to hold you in place. They're trying to hold you in sin and keep you under their thumb for you to do everything else except what the Most High told you to do. I yield, out of one. I yield. Out of one.
So like I forgot I muted myself. Give me the book. We're gonna prove that. Give me the book of Luke 24 and 49.
The book of Luke 24 and verse 49.
that what I want? 24 and yes.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 24 and verse 49, and it reads, "And behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you, but tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until ye be endued with power from on high."
So that just shows right there the power, right? Coming from the Most High. His Spirit is what gives us power, right? Let's tie that in with Acts. Give me Acts 1 and 8.
Yep. It's the book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it reads, "And how hear we every man in our own."
Salaki, give me Acts chapter 1 and verse 8.
Oh, Salakia, chapter 1 and verse 8.
Okay.
And it reads, "But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth."
So that Holy Spirit, right, which is the power that we're going to receive, it's not just in the land, in our lands where the Most High promise, right? But wherever we are, the uttermost parts, right? We don't have to wait to get the power to get back to the land, because wherever we are, the Most High is, and we're keeping His laws and commandments. The Most High is with us.
That's right.
So even here in America, right, we can shine that power. We can shine our light, right? Right here in America in our captivity, right? Until Yahweh Shai returns, right? I just wanted to kind of pair those two together on that. But as we see, Samson was given the spirit of strength, right? But here's the thing. When I had thought about this, I was like, man, there's so much in this. I know I'm not going to be able to give it all in one lesson. I may do a part 2, but I know I'm going to have other things come up that I want to add to this lesson. As I'm going through the lesson, I got my notes here. The Most High is putting in I'm adding more, because you know what I'm saying? It's like I forgot about this one, but all praises. I hope everyone is able to follow. Everybody is able to kind of, be edified or just get more, absorb a little bit more from what we're showing you today. To hope to have you help to understand how to take advantage of being in the position that the Most High gave us, right? Give me the book, because it wasn't, let me continue. It wasn't just the strength, right? Because there's other attributes to what the Most High Spirit gives us, right? Give me the book of Genesis. I'm gonna show y'all something. Chapter 49, and we know that's going into, right? I like to tell before we go there, but I like to ask the chat sometimes, just make sure I want to make sure y'all reading y'all Bibles. What's going on in Genesis? I want somebody to give me an explanation of don't even go there yet. What is Genesis 49 going into? Hold on, let me find that Jeopardy music real quick. I think it's on here. I just got to find it. Somebody may have taken it off. I think they took it off, but I may have to add that back to the soundboard. Hey, no, here we go. Hey, here we go. I want y'all to don't look at it. I want y'all, and be honest, brothers and sisters. What is Genesis 49 going into? Now hold on. Brothers in the camp, soldiers, officers, y'all don't say nothing. Let the congregation handle this one. All right, time is up. I need some in the chat, y'all. Come on, what is Genesis 49 going into? Look, they trying not to look at it. She said it's on it. Sister Choice says on the tip of her tongue. All praises. Hey, anyone else? Anybody have the answer as to what is Genesis 49 going into? Okay, give me Genesis 49 and 1.
God.
1 and 2.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. And it reads, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Read.
Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
So this is the forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. There you go, Keziah got Israel's future, right? Right. This is Jacob calling all 12 sons so that he can give them what? What does it say? That he may tell them what's going to befall his sons in the last days, right? So we're gonna get. He said, "What do you say, Magan? I
thought it was verse 41.
Oh, okay.
Thought it was verse 41.
No, this is not 41. Oh, you meant chapter 41?
Yeah, he thought it was chapter 41. God.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 49.
Con. So this is Jacob giving his sons, telling them what's going to befall them in the last days. All right. But the reason why I came here is because we talked about how the advantage of being the chosen, that the Most High has given his spirit, put his spirit in us, right? What kind of advantage that brings us, right? So I want to show you. We showed how Samson, the Most High, put mightily the Spirit of God on him to be able to defeat 1,000 men with a jawbone, with an ass's jawbone, right? To be able to take a lion and rip it apart with his bare hands, right? What other skills and talents and gifts did he give us? Give me Genesis 49. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Just so we know this is Jacob's son, read verse 3.
God. It's the book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 3, and it reads, Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power.
So we see that he's starting off, he's going to go right in order. He starts off with the firstborn and he ends up with the lastborn, right? With the youngest child. All right. So just give me context of these verses in chapter 49 are going to be dealing with all 12 sons. So give me verse 21.
God, verse 21. And it reads, Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Now, when we read this at first, right? We look at it as, okay, a hind let loose. What is that talking about? Right? He giveth goodly works. What's a hind? Someone tell me what a hind is. I was going to have the engineering team do this, but I'm going to do it real quick. What is a hind? Right? Anybody know what a hind is? Because the Bible is going to use the water. Can you blow that up a little bit? No. That put in hind definition, biblical definition. Somebody already got it. Somebody already got it.
Yep.
A hind is a deer, right? Think Salah. Yes, Salah got it. A hind is a deer. Now, why did I go here? What are deers known for? Be honest. What are they known for? They're known for chewing on grass, and what else? Their agility. If y'all ever see, I'm going to tell y'all something. And this happened to me out of nowhere. I was driving down the highway. It's probably months ago. Kind of agility. Months ago, right? And I was on my way to work. I was getting ready to get on the highway off of a backcountry road. There was another car behind me, right? Up on my tail. I'm driving. And I happen to look down at my stereo, and I look back up and I look in my rearview mirror, and I see a deer jump completely over the white car that was behind me. Like jump from the street. It was a two-lane street. It went from the one curb and jumped completely over the car to the other curb. That is agility. That is swift. Mm-hmm. So it's saying that Naphtali, who is the one of the sons of Jacob, it says, read that again, verse 21.
Verse 21, Naphtali is a hind let loose.
So it's showing the agility, it's showing the swiftness, it's showing the skills that are built in within our people, right? The Most High put in Israel, put in the sons of Israel, right? So I had to bring that one out because I thought, yeah, we got the strength of Samson, but what other attributes come with that, right? Mm-hmm. Let me take another one. Give me 1 Chronicles 12 and 8.
Book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 12 and verse 8. And it reads, and of the Gadites, there separated themselves unto David into the hold of the wilderness men of might and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains.
Now, what is that going into? Now, this is another tribe of Israel, right? Another son, the Gadites, right? Gad. It says, they were separated themselves unto David into the hold, into the wilderness, might of men. They were men of war fit for battle, right? Not only that, now think about this. If we want to say, Gad represents, Native Americans, or indigenous, right? Mm-hmm. If we want to do a comparison with what we see as the Aboriginals of this country, if you watch the old Western movies and you see the Indians being able to be agile, hiding behind trees, jumping out of trees, it shows the agility, right? So right. That's kind of just put that picture in your head of what we see here. It even says that whose faces were like the faces of lions and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains. What are roes? R-O-E-S. Somebody put in the chat real quick. What's a roe? Just to give you a description of what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These gifts, these skills. What's a roe? Right? I know I don't need to put the Jeopardy music on again. What's a roe, chat? There you go. It's a deer.
Deer.
Swift and agile. It's a deer. Blow it up a little bit. Can you read that? Can you read that?
Got another one. Let me get there. Moment. God, in the Bible, roe or roebuck refers to a small, graceful, and swift deer or gazelle.
See that? Matter of fact, keep reading. I like what it's saying. Keep reading that.
Often identified as the gazelle Dorcas, it is used in Old Testament poetry and wisdom literature to symbolize beauty, speed, and affection, and was considered a clean animal suitable for food.
I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Why is it doing that? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Read it again. I'm sorry. I heard you, but I was trying to follow along. It says, it started used in Old Testament poetry.
God. It is used in Old Testament poetry and wisdom literature to symbolize beauty, speed, and affection, and was considered a clean animal suitable for food. The Hebrew term often refers to the gazelle, a common animal in Palestine.
So the roe was used as a symbolic, right? In Gad, being speedy, being swift, right? So, hey, the Bible knows what it's doing. The Most High knows what he's doing. He knows how to compare, You know, that's right. Row as a deer. That's right. All praise to the Most High for that. All right, let me get let's continue. Let's continue with the battle. Go back to Genesis 49 and give me verse 19. I should have brought this out earlier when I had you there earlier.
Done. Got it? It's the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 19. And it reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Because remember, this is the whole point of this script of this chapter is talking about what's going to befall in the last days, right? So eventually Gad is going to do that. And we know that Gad has all the attributes of being a row, right? Swift in battle, fit for battle, all those type of things. All right. Give me now let's go to another tribe. Now we notice that I'm also this is being distinguished amongst tribes. Not Israel as a whole, but there's certain skills and talents that the Most High gave each tribe. That's another beautiful, brilliant thing that the Most High has done, right? Not that all Israel don't have the power, but he delegated certain things to different tribes, right? Give me the book of Judges. Let's go back to Judges chapter 20. And we're going to start at verse... start at verse 14.
Book of Judges, chapter 20 and verse 14.
Let's see what tribe this is going and speaking of.
But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities of Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel.
Now, this is at a time when, you know, the northern kingdom. Well, just keep reading. It'll explain.
Mm-hmm. And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the cities 26,000 men that drew sword, beside the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men.
Mm-hmm.
Among all this people, there were 700 chosen men, left-handed. Everyone could sling stones at an hairbreadth and not miss.
Now, what is that going into? That's showing the precision, the skill, the technicalities it takes for someone to be able to hit a strand of hair from a slingshot.
And not miss.
And not miss.
Let's not forget that part.
I mean,
and
that's
not miss.
I compare that to like a Steph Curry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He don't miss.
He don't miss. You know what I'm saying? So that this is going into why it's so advantageous to understand us being in the position that we're in, God's chosen children, right? We should wear this. I don't want to say proudly, but we should wear it boldly.
Fine. Facts.
Right. Let me get let's go some more. We got more. Matter of fact, this is going into boldness. I just brought it up. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Let's go back to the Apocrypha. All right. Hey, put a 7 in the chat if everybody's following along or this is good. If you have any questions, if you have any comments as you're doing, you can present your comments and your questions. All right. Because you're putting down some wonderful precepts. All praise to the Most High, Fetty. Putting down some very wonderful precepts. All right. I'm also going to show something else that's more so a secondary observation and study. But let me get wisdom. You know what? Before I go to the boldness, let me pull something up real quick. Hold on. Give me one moment here. Let me pull something up real quick. Where is it at?
I got to go back to that point, Adawan, with these Benjamites.
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen. It says that they were able, 700 men who were basically left-handed, that can use a sling. They're left-handed,
right?
And use a sling and can hit a hair and not. I just need Israel for one moment to dig back into their imaginations like they're kids and imagine that. for just one moment and think,
Right.
just think how precise is that? How mighty is that? I was in the United States Marine Corps. I was trained as a sniper for my unit. Okay. Me personally, I can get behind a rifle and I can hit a target from 1,000 yards. Okay, using a scope and everything else. Right? Hitting a large target. These Benjamites are hitting targets that are about the size of a hair with a sling, and they don't miss.
Did it say that they were left-handed or they used their left hands?
It said that they were left-handed. It said that they were left-handed. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go back to that scripture.
Okay, go back to that real quick.
It says in Judges chapter 20 and verse, I believe it was in 15. Let me see.
16.
16? God. Among all this people, there were 700 chosen men left-handed.
Salaki, I find it interesting that it says left-handed as if that is like that's almost like saying that left is, right is always the gonna be on point. It's the more dominant. But these brothers, the Most High is showing you that he can even put it in a less dominant hand and they still hit it. You see what I'm saying?
And they're accurate. They don't miss. They
don't miss. That's cold. That's cold. Now when they talk about us having raw talent, raw skill, this is where it comes from, y'all.
God.
This is where it comes from. All right. Did we get that? Oh no. I wanted to pull this up real quick because I thought it was interesting. Soldier Yahweh Dawa had posted it, but I actually had seen this before. So I was looking at it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and bring this out real quick. I got it, team. I'll share it real quick since I have it opened up right here. All right. We're gonna listen. Can y'all see this?
Yep.
Okay, we gonna think what I want to do. Oh, hold on. I guess no, I ain't gotta do it like that. I think I can do it this way. Okay, let's go ahead and check this out real quick.
The worst mental and spiritual bludgeoning of any people in recorded history. But they are becoming champions of everything in which there is a level playing field. No matter what it is, we predominate in every field. This is why they won't teach our children African history, because they know that once our children get on the same level playing field as their white counterparts, that they will dominate just like we dominate in basketball, baseball, football, track and field, and anything else in which there is a level playing field. So that while they teach their children about the greatness of their European ancestors, they won't teach their children about the greatness of their African ancestors, because then that would be a level playing field in academia. And they know that we will predominate just like all of these examples we've given them, that our children predominate when they know who they are from the African historical point of view. Now, here's what I found out in 1996. A group of geneticists wrote this book. Little tiny geneticists.
Can you identify where they're from and the group, how it came about?
Yeah, okay. All right, sure. Yes, indeed. As an organization is called the American Association for the Advancement of Science. The American Association for the Advancement of Science. Now, this organization is composed of people who study about DNA and the genome. And you've been reading about the DNA and the genomes. Well, this group of scientists came upon an idea by accident and at first, that different groups of people had different numbers of DNA series.
Explain that.
Now, a DNA series means that when your DNA is located, and say they get a hair from your head and they subject it to certain tests, they say, well, this is the DNA of Minister Brown, and yours is different from everybody else in the world. All right? Then they found further that not only are their DNA series different, but the number of DNAs in there are different in different groups. Whites have a different number of DNA, and blacks have a different number of DNA series. Apes have a different number of DNA series. Then they found this amazing thing, that the greater the number of DNA series, the smarter the person, the group is, the greater the probability of genius within that group. So they tested the orangutans, these 15 geneticists from around the world. Now, these geneticists came from 9 different universities. And we have here on the cover of the pamphlet they put out the names of these geneticists. And you can see them right there, right beneath the title of this pamphlet. Now, this pamphlet, most people have no idea what it means. You will find that they're talking about DNA series. Now, here are the names, the advancement of science, and you see it down there. Now, this was copyrighted in 1996. All right. What it said is this, and this is the mind-blowing part. It said that when they tested the orangutan, they found out he only had 3 DNA series. When they tested the gorilla, they found that the gorilla has 4 DNA series. He's a little smarter than the orangutan. They tested the chimpanzee, which is an ape, and found that he had 5 DNA series. Then they went all into the different races of the world. They went into Europe and tested the DNA series of the English, the French, the German, the Spanish, the Russians, and found they had 6 DNA series. Then they put all of this, what they found from around the world, on a map. And this map really is called the intelligence map of the world, because they tested 116 different human groups and found their DNA series numbers. All of them, all over the world, have 6. And they put the numbers in form of a little flag that you can see on this map. These little flags have a color. And they showed that the English have only 6, and all into Europe, only 6. Went over into Japan and China, and they only have 6. Over into America, which is predominantly European, and they only have 6. Then they came to Africa, and they came to the part of Africa. Now, all the rest of them, they put in little flag colors. Those flag colors are orange, red, if you notice. But when they came to Africa, found out that the African people have 9 DNA series, from here just below the Shanghai Empire down to the foot of Africa. All those 10 nations, of which African Americans descended from one of them. We have 9 DNA series, the greatest possibility of genius in our group. Now it's answered this age-old question. How can a people survive being told they're nothing for 400 years, never allowed to learn that they came from beautiful cities and told they came from a jungle? How could a people survive? How can a people become champions in everything they touch? Because they have 9 DNA series.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That right there says a lot, right? So it's not just like I said, or like the saying, they not like us, right?
Right.
Other nations are not like us, right? The Most High built us differently down to the DNA. Now that's science backing that up, right? Not that we can just go off of that. Oh yeah, we got 9 source DNA. My point is that our power, our wisdom, our knowledge, our skills, our gifts come from the Father.
That's it.
He bestowed it upon us. And we are only able to let it shine when what? When we are being obedient.
That's it.
Right? It's not going to work if we're going to be out here trying to stick and follow after the other nations. Right? It only works when we're being obedient. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have that faith as small as a grain of a mustard seed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I just Thawada Yahawadawa, I actually had seen that whole video before. I didn't know that was the one you were speaking of, but that brings up a lot of point. Even science backs this up. And we know that science ain't all that, but the point is that when you do the research, there was even been a study of, because I was a sprinter in high school, right? We have faster twitching muscles. You tend to see brothers with very high calf muscles and versus other nations that have very long calf muscles. There's a reason for that. Right? That means that if I start off running, I can get a quicker start. My burst is a little bit faster than others. You know what I'm saying? The muscle is more contracted, so it works at a faster speed.
Yep.
So just how we're built. That's why you see us always winning the sprints, winning the 100 meters. Well, I'll tell you, man. That's a good precept. Daniel 1 and 4. I haven't even got to Daniel yet, but like I said, there's a lot. We already in 2 hours, and there's so much on this lesson that I want to bring out. But let's go ahead and let the Most High run this. Give me the Book of Wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah.
Chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna keep y'all long, y'all. I just this has been on my mind. Give me because this is how we should be bold. I brought up boldness at the end. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 from the top.
Done. It's the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. And it reads, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before
Stand in what? Stand in what?
Stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Read.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear."
That's what I said earlier. The other nations, when they see our light, it's not a fear of, well, they're going to fear us, plain and simple, right? Because of the power that is behind us, right? Mm-hmm. But it's more of an amazement. It's more of a, like, oh, I can't believe, and that becomes a very fearful thing to them because of all the atrocities that they put upon our people, right? But keep reading.
Right. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
See that? Y'all see that? So right off the top, I mean, the strangeness of his salvation, right? To take the ones that have been spat on, that have been stomped on, that have been killed, that have been maimed, that have been in captivity, that have been profiled, that have been unjustly imprisoned, all these things, right? When that salvation come, it's going to be a strange, like out of this world type of salvation that the heathen, they ain't going to know what to do. But what? But I'm going with them, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had a good run for about 500 years, but I think I ain't trying to take part in what I see going on. I'm just I probably can't be a part of them, but if they come to me, I'm gonna bow. I'm gonna say, hey, whatever y'all want, I'm doing it. Right?
Yep.
That's what some of the other nations are gonna have to do. That's gonna be their only option. I'll say it that way.
Done.
Con, all praise. Let me get where can we go? Wisdom above all nations, right? Let's go into King Solomon. Give me the book of First Kings. Because we're gonna deal with the intelligence, right, of us when we are a nation, right? When we are actually a nation. What advantage is that, right? Solomon showed that because Solomon reigned how many years? See, I'm doing it again. Chat, don't look at it, don't look it up, don't Google it. How many years did Solomon reign? Hold on. Here we go. All right. Somebody, they put in the chat. Let me check. Hey, look, when I ask the chat, I want all officers and all soldiers to not answer. Because I know y'all know, at least y'all supposed to know. I'm asking our brothers and sisters who are visiting and brothers and sisters in our congregation. But much love, Keziah, Keziah gonna whip it out quick. He gonna throw it out there quick.
Facts.
And then he gonna put a question mark like is it 40? Brother, you know it's 40 years. Talking about, give me book, chapter, and verse for that. But anyway, the point is, let's get back. I don't like getting up. The wisdom above all nations, 1 Kings chapter 4, start at verse. Hold on. Salaki, I'm being slow with this.
What's that? Book of 1 Kings?
Yeah. 1 Kings chapter 4, start at verse 29.
God, verse 29. And it reads, and Yahweh gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore.
Now, hold up. There's a certain word, exceeding much.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong word. Exceeding means you're doing better than, better than, I guess it's better than better.
Better than better. Above and beyond.
Above and beyond. That's a better way to say it, right? Exceeding much, right? Says he excelled in the wisdom, right? Read next verse. Sorry.
Verse 30. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt.
So Solomon had more wisdom, knowledge, authority, power than those that were around him, right? And we know that the Queen of Sheba, I think that's what they called her, right? Out of Ethiopia, heard of the fame of Solomon and had to come and get wisdom, had to get knowledge from King Solomon, right? Now let's go to Daniel. I just want to show an exact example with that, but let's go to Daniel. Give me Daniel chapter 1. I think brothers that brought this out a little bit earlier. So
got it.
Notes. So that's the spirit. Brothers are in the spirit. All right, give me Daniel. I'm trying to get there. I said 4, right?
Daniel chapter 1, verse 4.
Salaki, I said 1 and 4, not 4. Daniel chapter 1 and start at, hold on. You can, matter of fact, give me, because Keziah brought this out, give me 1 and 4, right? Mm-hmm. Read that, then I'm going to have you jump to verse 17.
God. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 4. And it reads, children in whom were no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge. And
Salakia. Start at verse 3. I like to have
God.
That's on me. Yeah.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 3. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skilled in all wisdom, and cunning and knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Now see that? So this is showing the Most High's children being favored among the other nations, right? With the kings and the noblemen, right? Jump to verse 17.
Verse 17. As for these 4 children, God gave them. Keep going, Adawan?
Slaka, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 17. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Now, what is that actually saying? Because the king of Babylon, he had his wise men, he had his noblemen, right? He had his sorcerers and all that, right? And they had a type of knowledge, that put them in a position to rule, because, this is now us in our captivity. But while we are in our captivity, because we have brothers like Daniel, it says 4. Here's another there's Daniel. Who are the 3 other men that they're speaking of in this chapter? I want their Israelite names. No soldiers, no officers, no captains answering. See, Kawal and I love to have the chat participate, right?
God, thanks.
We want to make sure that you guys, that y'all on point. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to make sure you're on point. Man, hey, hold on. Kazaya, brother. What you doing, man? Come on, officer. Hey. Let these other brothers and sisters get a chance, man. Let them get a chance to answer. Look, he didn't give the answer, but he giving clues. Come on now. But read verse 6 real quick.
God, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 6. And it reads, Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah.
So these, so that we know that this is speaking of who had the knowledge above all of that of Babylon. We're talking about these 4 children, these 4 sons, these 4 men, these 4 brothers of the children of Israel. All right, go back to where are we at?
We were at verse 17, Adawan.
Khan, go ahead and read verse 17.
Khan. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Now jump down to verse 20.
Verse 20. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding, that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm.
Wait. Hold on, read that again. Wait a minute, because now, if the Most High gave us this position, and he gave us his law, statutes, and commandments, right, to be above all nations, right? You see here in this example that the king of Babylon said what and did what? Read that one more time, verse 20.
Daniel chapter 1, verse 20, and it reads, And in all matters of wisdom and understanding, that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm.
Now, hold on. That also says one thing. It's not just 10 times better than Babylon. It's 10 times better than their brightest and smartest and wisest of their people. 10 times better than them, not the average layperson. Y'all see that? Did y'all catch that?
Yep.
That's power. That is straight up power. Like Nadia, basically we have superior skill and intellect even in the midst of adversity.
Exactly.
That's a perfect way to explain it, King. Even in the midst of adversity, such as captivity, right? But 10 times better than that of Babylon. The king himself is saying these brothers 10 times better than my best magicians, than my best astrologers, than the ones that I appointed to be the wise men of my kingdom. These 4 brothers right here, 10 times better. Israel, y'all got to pay attention. Just how powerful we are when we are obedient.
That's right.
Right? Let's keep going. Give me the book of Acts, because it's going to go into something that Moses doing. Acts chapter 7. And give me verse this just shows another, like, when we had the brothers Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah in captivity in Babylon, right? The Most High raised them up to be 10 times better than all the noblemen of Babylon, right? Giving them favor, right? Let's see what Moses says about Moses. This is Acts 7 and verse 22.
Verse 22. It's the book of Acts chapter 7 and verse 22, and it reads, "And Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and was mighty in words and in deeds."
John, read.
"And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel."
Now, the reason why I wanted you to add that verse is because even in our age, right? By the time you're 40 years old today, people start calling you OG. People, you know what I'm saying? They be calling you Unc. You know what I'm saying? All these things to where, all of a sudden now they opening up the door for you. Oh, you got it, OG. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see all these. Hey, man, I've been getting the doors open up for me for about the last 10 years. My age. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me feel kind of like, oh, but I tend to look at it as the light is shining. The Most High is I'm trying to keep this light on. So when I see these young brothers out here, I don't call them YNs, I call them YBs. These young brothers out here,
young brothers,
you know what I'm saying? And they I might walk in the store, they walking in with me, they'll rush to the door. Hey, I got you, OG. Yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying? But my point is that being the age that we are, it don't matter if we 80. It don't matter if we 90. When you are being obedient to the Most High God, you still have the same. Here's it is. It don't matter how old you get physically. Can you still have the same power spiritually from the Most High God?
All praises. That's a fact, Adawan. That's a fact.
Right? Because the flesh is going to deteriorate. But if you got the spirit, the knowledge of the Most High God, Moses was what, 80 years old when he what's that scripture where it shows he was 80 years old? Somebody look that up for me real quick. I can't think of it right now. But the fact is that it don't matter how old we get. Because I hear a lot of brothers in this truth who come into this truth, maybe in their 60s or 70s, right? And a lot of times, and I've heard this, oh, well, shoot, I ain't got that much longer. I'm in this truth, and I ain't really got that much longer. And I'm like, brother, how you know that?
Don't know.
Where your faith at? You don't know the gift that the Most High has given you? Now that you've awakened, go back and search the forefathers, read this book, learn the laws. You know what I'm saying? God may add 10 more years.
John. Salakia, Adawan. That was Exodus 7 and verse 7.
Bring it out real quick.
Guys, the book of Exodus chapter 7 and verse 7, and it reads, "And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh."
So they were in their so they started their mission as OGs. They didn't start in 20 years old.
Right.
Moses and Aaron and those who kept the commandments, those who followed the Most High, man, they had. You don't think that Moses had physical strength of a 20-year-old at 40? I bet to differ.
That OG strength. Ain't nothing to play with.
Who's really the OG? The Most High. That's
God.
the real OG.
God.
You getting power from him. So hey,
That.
now that I thought about that, I didn't like OG at first that much because I felt, oh, y'all call me OG every time. Because I do it all the time anyway.
All praises. Yes, sir.
That's right. He was considered a young man at 40 years old. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you compare that to today, it's almost like we not in our prime. We passed our prime now. Right? 40 years old would be considered past your prime, right? They're looking at LeBron James right now and wondering how in the world is this 41-year-old man still able to play with these 20-year-olds? See what I'm saying?
Don't get it.
So count all praises for that. Give me the book of we're gonna continue. Give me the book of Sirach. We jumping in and out the scriptures. I mean, all around the scriptures, right? Because it's all through the scriptures. Give me 39, Sirach 39, and let's start at verse. Let's start at verse 1.
God. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 1. And it reads, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies."
So when you understand what the position of being chosen, what the position of being bestowed of the blessings and gifts, as long as we are being obedient, these are the advantages. These are the things that we seek out, right? Understanding who we are, understand the Most High chose us, and having faith in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, having faith in what can be seen, what we've learned, right? What does it say? It's saying that he gives the mind to it. This is the reason why brothers, like when you see us doing these lessons, right? It's not that I'm not doing it. Brothers, me, Officer Kowal, these are things that may have been on our mind before that we think because we're studying the scriptures. God is revealing to us things that need to come out, things that should be expressed, right? We don't just, when we get, when we meditate and we pray, we ask God for guidance. We're looking to enhance the knowledge of who we are, who God is, and how we should apply what he's given us to our daily lives.
Right.
So when we look at this, we seek out the wisdom, right? I get excited to know who I am. And so that it does inspire me to study, to pray, to meditate, to congregate, to call brothers and see how they're doing, how their family is doing, right? This is all a part of that power, all a part of what the Spirit gives us that puts us above all nations, right?
Right.
You got anything to add?
No, I don't want you good.
So when it's like this, when we were right, matter of fact, when we were right, I'm gonna show you a scripture. Give me Judas chapter 5. When we were right, because I gotta add that in there. I don't have that in my notes, but I gotta add that.
I knew it was coming.
When we were right with the Most High God, we had the advantage. We dominated. Matter of fact, we didn't just exist, we dominated.
That's right.
Right? We dominated. Right? Right now, the wicked dominates. Right? Let me give an example of how that domination comes about, right? Give me Judah chapter 5. I think it's verse.
Starting at verse.
Hold on, let me see which one. Start at verse 17.
17. God.
Is that where I want to start? Yeah, start at verse 17.
Yeah, God. It's the book of Judah, chapter 5, and verse 17, and it reads, "And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them."
So that's plain upon tables, right? It says, when we didn't sin in front of our Most High, we prospered. Now, what times in history did we show that? Definitely during the time of David's reign. Definitely the time of Solomon's reign, right? There were in other times in between, right? And we were able to go back and rebuild the temple, right? Where we had a little bit of, leeway and I don't want to say necessarily prosperous, because we are only prosperous when we're ruling. And that's how, how that's me, but I'm sure people would agree. we can be prosperous even in our captivity. The scriptures
God.
actually say that. Scriptures tell us to be that way, right? But I'm trying to show you that when we are keeping the commandments of God, we're prosperous, whether it be in our individual homes, in your individual family, or it be a whole congregation, right? Keep reading, verse 18.
Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into the land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
So that's another easy verse to understand. When we went away, or we went the opposite way that the Most High was leading us, we were put into captivity, right? We lost our power, right? We lost our source, right?
God.
We lost our light, right? Keep reading.
God, verse 19. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have been.
This is when it now it says, but now they're returned to their God and came up from the places where they were scattered, right? We're still scattered, right? But we're coming back to the Most High God, right? We know that Yahweh Shai is to return, right? So with us being returned to God and come up out of places where he scattered us, what happens? Keep reading.
God. And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Read.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
So if there be any error in Israel, right? If there be any mess up, any doggone trip up in Israel, meaning basically when they ain't keeping the commandments, when they not following their God, read.
Yep. God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Now check this out. It says, let this be their ruin. What is our ruin? Captivity, death, right? Captivity and death.
That's right.
I'll just leave it with those two, right? That's what happens. Keep reading.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Hey, that's one of my favorite verses. And that's coming from a heathen. That's coming from another nation. Hey, if these brothers over there with the fringes and the gold and the shirts say AHOS, you know what I'm saying? Them brothers keeping the command. Hey, bro, I wouldn't go over there, bro. Don't mess with them, bro. Don't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do is turn around and look at you, and you're going to fly 10 feet away. Blast it away. Don't mess with them if they got God on their side. Because the Lord is going to defend them. Right? The hell with us as flesh. We just men. We just bones and flesh and muscle and all that. But it's because of the Most High God. Because he gave us this position. Right? That we should take a hold of it boldly. Right? That we should utilize the power that we have. We're coming back to that, Yasha Allah.
That's right.
We got people waking up every day, all praise to the Most High. Right? Is there any more on that one? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it on that one.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that one out. Did we get Sirach 31 and 9? 39 and 1?
Con, we did.
Okay, so that's talking about when we write with God. Okay, let's go on. You know what? I didn't get a chance to. Let me bring this out real quick for the sisters. Let me get the book of Esther. Because not only is it, the strength don't just and the strengths and the skills and the talents and all this don't just come to the brothers, sisters. You got it too. You get it too, right? We have brave, powerful sisters, right? That are bold for the Most High, right? Give me Esther. Let's start at chapter 2. All right, chapter 2. Start at verse. Hold on. Esther chapter 2 and verse. Hold on. Gotta get there. Got to get there first. What chapter is that? I mean, verse. No, 17. Yeah, give me that. Give me the book of Esther chapter 2 and verse 7. Started. Hold on. Let me make sure. Lock it. I just want to make sure that's what I want to. I want to. I can't find that one. Hold on, Salaki. I just got to find the verse where she. Yeah, start off with two. Yeah, start there. 2. Yep, go back to that.
God, it's the book of Esther, chapter 2 and verse 17, and it reads, "And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti."
See that? You see that? That's that favor. That's another gift. The Most High bestowed upon our women beauty, the most beautiful women, right? Now, I'm not saying y'all women go out there and use y'all beauty to take advantage. No, that's not what it's talking about. But there were times when the Most High utilized our sisters in a way that the brothers couldn't do. That he just didn't use the brothers. He used sisters. Esther was one of them. Now, it calls her queen, right? And we know that there's no queens in Israel, ladies. Let y'all know that there's no queens, because we can go into that word and show a lot of different things that don't line up with the scriptures. All right.
Etymology of the word queen, God.
That's right. But we do know that there are princesses, right? We do know that there are very powerful women. There are some that were even judges, right? There were very powerful women that had positions and sacrificed their took a chance at their life. Matter of fact, where is that? There's a verse that Esther. What is that? Which one is? Hold on 1 second. There's a verse that Esther. I just see it's coming. Things pop in my head, and I'm like, where is that verse at? Let me find it real quick. I want to say it's you know what I'm talking about? I don't even want to say it because oh man, hold on, I gotta look it up real quick. Give me the book of because there was a law, right? Give me the book. Yeah, Esther. Yeah, I was right. Esther 4. I was right there. Thought I didn't have it. Give me the book of let's see if that's how I want to do it first. Give me Esther 4:16. That's what I want.
God.
Because I want to show that's right. Again, yeah, she became a queen. That's right. So she was queen of another nation. She was not queen of Israel, right? 4:16, and I want you to start at 15.
God. This is the book of Esther, chapter 4, and starting at 15, and it reads, "Then Esther bade them return Mordecai this answer: Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish."
She said, "What? If what?"
"And if I perish, I perish."
She said, if I perish, I perish. What kind of spirit is that?
Not given the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind, because she was being obedient.
And that's coming from a sister, though.
Yep.
Think about that. That's a sister in support of her nation. She said, look, if I die, so be it, because it's for y'all. This for us. That's another, to have that kind of courage, right, can only be given to you from the Most High God. Good point, sis. We all have our assignments, a blessing to find and fulfill it. That's right. Also, yes, Sister Chosie, a warrior. No, we don't see, look, that's hard for some brothers to even say. If I die, I die. This is a sister. It's one of our sisters. Matter of fact, a sister that was beautiful beyond beautiful.
God.
Right? Now, what is now she said something. Read it over again, that verse over again.
God, verse 16. Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law, and if I perish, I perish.
She said, if it's not according to the law. What is that? What is she talking about there, y'all? Let me ask the chat. Read that last part, that bottom part again of that verse about the law.
So, I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
So she said, if I perish, I perish, even though it's not according to the law. What law is this, chat? No soldier, no officer, no captain. What is she speaking of when it says according to the law? Okay. Let's see what we got. We got again saying dealing with the other nations. Yeah, it is. It is. I'll say that. Yep. Being with a different nation. Yeah. Okay. She said she don't know if she understood the question. So read that verse again real quick.
God. It says in verse 16, go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Khan, Sister Chosie got it. It was the law of the king of that other nation. It says not being able to approach him until you are called or permitted to do so. That is absolutely correct. I believe Brother Corey Robinson brought it up too. Let me pull that up. The woman comes to the king only when he sends for her. Right. Right. But yes, y'all, you did understand the question, Chosie. I'm sorry if I didn't frame it correctly, Salakia, for that. But where can we find that? Give me verse 11, the same chapter.
Verse 11.
I'm sorry. Salakia, go ahead.
4 and 11, kind. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to be to put him to death, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called to come in unto the king these 30 days.
Now we know why, in verse 16, why Esther said, if I perish, I perish. Because she was going against the law of the Persians. She was going against the law that the king said, can't nobody step up to me unless I say they can. Man, woman, whatever, it don't matter. And if you come up to me without my approval, boom, that's death.
You're done. Yep. Gone.
So what kind of courage? That's a gift from the Most High God that our sister Esther had. But let me stop calling her Esther. Our sister Hadassah had. That should have been another question to ask the chat. What's her? Dang it, I'm messing my own self up. I'm trying to keep the chat involved. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that we all following. You know what I'm saying? But our sister Hadassah was bold as a lion. Right? She went against the king's orders so that she could save her people. The Most High used her in that way.
That's right.
Right? So, man, where can we go from here? You got anything to add to that before we continue?
It's just like I was saying before, Adawan, he has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Now, how do we actually operate in that? Obey the law, statutes, and commandments. She was doing this for her people, man. Yep. That's huge. Yep. That's huge. Like, she wasn't just looking at herself, she was looking at her people and the state that her people were in. Because who was it? Haman? Haman? Yo, listen, Haman was a wicked dude, man. He was a wicked dude.
She had to expose
he wanted to put Mordecai in stocks and all sorts. He wanted Mordecai dead. He wanted him dead. And anybody that was of that line, he wanted them dead. And here we have a sister who was putting her life on the line. She didn't operate in the spirit of fear. She just didn't. She knew what was at stake, and she went before the king against the law that the king said. And put the needs of her people over herself. How selfless do you have to be in order to do something like that?
God.
Can we honestly say the modern sisters today? I won't speak to the sisters that, is literally doing their best in regards to following this truth. God. But the modern sisters today, how selfless are they?
Hey, I got a pushback on that with our sisters too. Because the adversary has devised many, many, many things.
Yeah.
To cause brothers and sisters to go off, right? One of the things they do, because our sisters, this is why when I announce, we have any sisters that want to, work and help the brothers, right?
Exactly.
Because sisters, y'all don't understand how powerful it. Look,
man,
we need both.
I don't want that balance.
We need both. Our women got to be on point. This is why it says that can two walk together lest they be agreed.
Yep.
You got to line up with your husband. The Most High put him in a position to lead, and he put the woman in position to support. That's not, and here's the thing, that's not a lesser position or a lesser role. That role has to be in line to make everything perfect. That's how it's set up.
Yep.
That's how it's set up. So when I see our sister or Hadassah doing what she's doing, remember, she married a heathen in order to save her people.
A selfless act.
And she had faith that, this ain't Most High I'm expecting a blessing. The Most High is going to do something here because I'm being obedient. I'm loving my people. I'm loving my brother as myself, my sister as myself, right? I'm protecting, right? I'm upholding the honor and glory of God's chosen people, of the Most High God. And in all that, you never see Hadassah usurp any of the brothers.
At all. And still held power. Look at the position she was in.
That's right. She was in a powerful position, y'all. She was the queen of a nation that had our people in captivity.
God.
How much favor do you get with that?
Yo.
Right?
That puts things in a different type of perspective, man. Again, sisters, y'all have to understand, y'all are just as important. Don't listen. I'll say this and I'm gonna get off my soapbox, okay? Do not take the word submission and think that it is something terrible, because it's not. When you are submitted to the head of your household, you both are touching and agreeing on the same thing, the vision that the Most High has for the Israelite family. You hold just as much power, and you can make an Israelite family grow and be in the direction that it's supposed to go. Y'all have just as much power as we as men do. We're not lording over you. We got to walk in just as much righteousness as you do. We have a huge responsibility, and it takes sisters such as you all to help support what it is that we've got going on. So y'all have just as much power.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
it says that the man shall leave his mother and father and shall join into his wife and become what? One flesh.
One flesh.
Right?
Touching and agreeing.
Get that because I put in Sirach 25:1 real quick. Baba Kashab.
It's the book of Sirach, book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, and reading at verse 1. And it reads, "In three things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful both before God and men, the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together."
See that? Beautified, right? Count all praises. Let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna get to this now. This next section that I want to go into, and I believe I got more, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Let's go into the spiritual access as a nation, right? Of course, we're gonna go to certain scriptures that we know, that we are familiar with. Let's start off with Amos chapter 3. Start 3 from the top. All right. I'm gonna run through these real quick because there may be some brothers and sisters who are in class today that may not know this. That's why it sounds like we repeat ourselves all the time, but we're teachers. What do teachers do? Teachers can repeat themselves, right? So go ahead. Start off with that.
Check 1 2. Can I be heard in the chat? Can I be heard? Just want to make sure.
Put a 7 in the chat if we can both be heard. Loud and clear. Y'all can hear. If y'all can hear,
I want to make sure y'all are able to hear me. All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, and what verse was that again? Adawan?
Start at the top.
Okay, Khan. At verse 1, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So it's just reestablishing that the Most High, what he did and what it said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, that he chose us to be a special people above all nations, special unto him. He's now saying, look, I've only dealt with y'all. I only know you, Israel. I chose you. I chose you. I chose you. You are the children of Israel. I chose you and gave you all this wisdom, all these gifts, all these advantages, right? All these skills that are compiled in my word to be a guide for you so that you can rule the world. That's
Right.
what we've been given. And because we slipped up a few times, now we fast forward to where we are now, and we're coming into the remembrance. The prophecies are coming to fruition, y'all. We're coming into remembrance of who we are. 25, 30 years ago, I didn't see this going on, which what we see on the internet, what we see on the streets and camps. That wasn't going on. Now, we may have had a few Israelite camps on the Access channel, PBS, back in the day. Every now and then, I used to catch them every now and then, but I wasn't in the truth then. But it was scattered and sprinkled in a few places. But now, all you gotta do is put Israelite in the URL.
Yeah.
See a whole plethora of brothers and sisters coming back to the truth and to their true identity, coming back to their God, right? Coming back to our Most High God. It says, "You only have I known." So that means that when he gave these skills, gifts, and these talents, when he gave us the wisdom and knowledge of who he is through his law, statutes, and commandments, that's what made us this great, powerful, raw, talented, gifted people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this also says that's the communication. That's the verse 3 or chapter 3 and verse 1 and 2. That's also talking about how the communication was between Israel and the Most High God. He says we the only ones he know. So that means he didn't communicate with nobody else.
That's right.
Right? Give me Baruch 4. Right? Give me Baruch 4. Because this is what we should be knowing and doing. Right? Baruch 4 and start at, I'm trying to think if I want to have you start at 1 or hold on, I gotta find it myself. Baruch 1 and 4. Is that what I want? No, I'm sorry, Baruch 4. Baruch 4 and 4. Slack it.
Baruch 4 and 4. Time. The book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, "O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us."
Okay. So things that are pleasing to the Most High God, right, are only made known to us. How is that? What is that talking about, right? What's that going to?
The simple answer: the laws, the statutes, and the commandments.
That's right. It's that simple. Go ahead now. Give me let's continue with that. Give me Hebrews 8, right? Because we already know this. Matter of fact, you can start at 8 and 8 and read down to 10.
God. The book of Hebrews, chapter 8 and verse 8. And it reads, "For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith Yahweh. But this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people."
So this is basically the prophecy that was given out in Jeremiah, right? We find that in Jeremiah 31:31. We see that this new covenant, not according to the old one with the fathers, but this is the new covenant that he's going to make with who? The same children. Didn't change, right? It didn't change, right? All these gifts came from one place, right? It all came from one place, the Most High, right? Now here's the condition. Let's go ahead. Let's get this. Give me Deuteronomy 28, right? Start at verse 1, because this is very key in understanding, because a lot of people came into this truth from Deuteronomy 28, right? because it actually mapped out and identified the conditions that we can currently see even happening today. All right. But give me 28 and 1.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth."
Now, you know what's crazy is I'm going to give the next scripture because you guys know this, but our obedience equals elevation.
Yep.
We're elevated into the position that the Most High created us to be in. Everybody, look, everything that we do in life has to have order and structure, right? Y'all think about that. When you go to your job, you have to be there at a certain time. Yes. You have to do the job according to how it's laid out, how you're trained, right? We can't just go and do whatever we want. There has to be certain order and structure that we have to follow. The thing is that the Most High bestowed upon us the greatest of all knowledge, wisdom, everything coming from his laws and commandments, right? So when we are obedient, it elevates us above everyone. Now give me 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee."
Now, you know what's really crazy about this is that, like I said earlier, a lot of us came into the knowledge, understanding that we are the Israelites based off of the curses of Deuteronomy 28. If a brother and sister can believe that they are the children of Israel based off of what we see today, and we can actually read the curses and it shows and it mirrors our situation even today, because what is it? Deuteronomy 46, right? It'll be a sign and a wonder. I'm sorry, 28 and 46, right? Upon the truth, it'll be a sign and a wonder, right? And all these curses are going to be a sign. It's going to identify who we are, right?
Right.
More than any other nation. We know that we can identify with every last one of these curses, right? Now, what's funny is that if you can accept the fact that the Most High, oh, wow, we are the children of Israel. Look what's going on with this, right? It lines up with scripture. You know, we're going to be working in the fields. We're going to be, you know what I'm saying, working in, being chastised and profiled in the city, right? We're going to be first fired, last hired, right? We're going to have all these, you know, we're going to have someone that's going to be above us and we're going to be below, right? We see these conditions. Our sisters were taken. Our daughters and sons were kidnapped, were taken, right? Taken from us. We were put on ships and sent into scattered across the world, right? All these things, we can relate to it. Now, how much more should we have faith in the fact that when we're obedient, when we come back, how everything will turn and flip for our benefit,
right?
Meaning that we will be in positions of power. We will be respected. We will be the head and not the tail, right? If we got enough to believe that these curses can identify us, how come we don't have enough to believe that the obedience, right, defines us? When are we going to let the obedience define us?
Exactly.
Right?
Good point. Done.
Give me Deuteronomy 26. Deuteronomy 26. Started verse. I need to have these. Started verse 16. 26 and 16.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 26, verse 16. "This day Yahweh thy power hath commanded thee to do these statutes and judgments. Thou shalt therefore keep and do them with all thine heart and with all thine soul.
Read.
Thou hast avouched the Lord this day to be thy God, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, and to hearken unto his voice.
You have to remember, we vowed and said, yes, we will do what you say. Because we seen the power. We really, to be honest, we really had no choice. How are we gonna go against the Most High?
That flooded an entire Egyptian army.
You know what I'm saying? It says, read that again. It says, thou hast avouched.
Thou hast avouched the Lord this day to be thy God, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and to hearken unto his voice.
Now watch what 18 says, because if we avouched him to be our God, look what it says in 18.
And the Lord hath avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he hath promised thee, and thou hast and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments.
Keep reading.
And to make thee high above all nations which he hath made, in praise and in name and in honor, and that thou mayest be an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, as he hath spoken.
Now, why are we denying that?
Yo, what?
Why are we denying that? This was spoken with Moses, right? It's telling us that the Most High, look, I promise, this is my promise to Abraham, to Isaac, and Jacob. Y'all my people. Yeah, y'all them people. It ain't them, it's y'all. You the people. Take advantage of what I've given you. Otherwise, die.
Yep.
But who wouldn't want to grab a hold of this? Most High describing us to be above all people, his peculiar people, his beloved, right? His vessels of honor, right? These are the things that have been bestowed upon the children of Israel. And we need to understand, like, you know what? Been called this, I've been treated, I've been stomped on, let this light, let me get to these commandments and let me go through this and look through and read and study and practice and obey. Let me go back to this book. Right. Let me read it again. Let me, if I have a question, let me ask Brother Kawal if he can help me with this. Let me ask Brother Eliel if he got some insight on this. Look, y'all, we can't become that royal holy nation if we don't take on and actually accept the position that the Most High has put us in. Here's the thing. Nobody else has it. Nobody else can receive it. The Most High did everything that he was going to do. He's not going to later say, okay, forget, I'm going to give it to them now. No, there's only one people that can receive this to restore order in the earth. That's us.
Yep.
That's it, right?
That's
us. That's us. Let me see. I got some more here. But I think, let's see. I think that's about all I have. It's just an understanding for I have today. I mean, this is definitely something that we can do a part 2 on. I would love to bring up some other mighty sisters with their courage and the skills that the Most High gave them also. But it's already at the 3-hour mark, and I did not want to really go that much further over 3 hours. But all praise to the Most High. A lot of brothers and sisters stayed in. We don't usually have this many people in, but hey, Most High is adding, right? He's adding and multiplying, right? So all praise to the Most High for the lesson. I'm gonna end it right there. What I am gonna say is this: we are the children of Israel. If you can't believe that, I'd rather you just step back, right? Get out the way.
Yep.
And what I'm talking about is those Christians, right, who claim that we have that we're speaking heresy, blasphemy. Look, the Most High ain't opened your eyes up yet. Move out the way. Move out the way. Don't let these brothers and sisters out here who are not in the truth steer you away. They're going to mock, they're going to scoff, they're going to do what they want. But it's only because, why? Because the other nations are going to hate to see us rising.
Exactly.
When we take on being obedient to God, it sets a whole new standard. And here's the thing. You may not see it yourself, but I guarantee you the other nations see it. You may not notice the change yet because Most High works with us, right? And we grow, we learn. We have to be taught. We have to be taught again. We have to be born as Christ said, be born again, right? Once we understand that, we may not see it and move because, the Most High is putting us through tests. We're being tried, right? We have to be fit for the kingdom. So he has to put us through these situations. Ain't going to be no wickedness in the kingdom, y'all. So right now in this life that we have, let's get it right. Let's move in the right direction because the other nations, even though we may not see us make a big step, the other nations see it and they fear it, right? Because they know that their time is short, it's coming to an end, right? So again, this class is the gifts of Israel. Take advantage of the gifts that the Most High only gave to us.
That's right.
Only gave to us, right? That is our power. That is our safety net, right? That is how we rule, pretty much. That's how we rule. So that's all I got. Kawal, if you got anything else you want to add, please go ahead.
Listen, the only thing that I've got to add is exactly what's just been said in the chat. There's nothing else. The easiest thing to be is what the Most High made you to be. It really is no simpler than that. It's no simpler than that.
That's right.
He called you out. He said that you are the holy people, which means you're separate from everybody else. And you are to be his people, and he is to rule over you. And the nations that come up under you, you rule over them.
That's right.
But it starts here. Obedience is everything. He would have obedience and not sacrifice. So he set something up for you to abide by that you yourself, your forefathers, had already promised and said that they were going to do it. It's up to this generation that we have now to say, no, okay, you know what? We've sinned. Let's go back and do exactly what it was that we said that we were going to do.
Right.
Simple, right? And that's all that I've been talking about, being in the law, statutes, and commandments. But I yield, man. I think for y'all, I thank y'all for being a part of this class, coming in, putting your inputs. And it shows y'all been studying too, because y'all throwing those precepts in there, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna be coming with that. Hey, that when that Jeopardy tune come on, you already know what time it is. So, these are answers.
Yep.
Answers. All praises to the Most High. Hey, I enjoyed this. I hope everyone got something out of this. I pray that everyone got some. If you're new to the channel, please like the class. Share the class if you got something out of this. Even if you didn't, just share it. It's YouTube, y'all. Come on, just click it and share it. You know, not an issue. You know what I'm saying? So like the class, subscribe to our lessons if you have not yet already. That way, and make sure we see someone new. Salah, Shalom. Yeah. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also like the channel. When you subscribe or first time listening, all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. That's for Salah, Israel. Well, we pray that you got something out of the lesson this morning. We meet up. All praise.
God.
Who was that? Edification. Ayan Dabar Yahashaya. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Salah, also for being with us. Thawada. what we're called to do is we're called to do the Lord's work. We just want to, we want to help our people. We want to love our nation. We want the kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to establish what the Most High gave to us. It's gonna happen, but we have to go through what we're going through to get there. He ain't just gonna give it to us, y'all.
Right.
He already laid it out what we had to do. We had to be given it, showing a little bit of power to the world. Then we had to mess up because we thought there was something else out there that could give us the same power. Found out that wasn't. So we went into captivity. The Most High said that was going to happen. Then he said, but later on, I'm going to remember, I'm going to put y'all back in that same position. But in order for y'all to get back in that same position, you're going to have to go through some trials.
Right.
And through those trials, you're going to be strengthened. You're going to be refined and ready to rule forever. So that's why we got to get into this, right?
That's right.
All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High.
All praise.
Let me do this. Give a few more announcements real quick. Let me go ahead and give the announcement I did at the beginning. Shalom to first timers, Salah Israel. So glad you're here. Shalom to Yahashaya. Thank you for being with us. Anyone who's with us for the first time, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. We are available every Sabbath morning, 11 a.m. You will find us here. I think 11 o'clock is a wonderful time. It's not too early and it's not too late. And I pray that we didn't go too much longer, but we held some brothers and sisters in here for the whole time. So all praises for that. Any brothers who are looking to put your brick in, right, and build with the Anointed House of Saints, you can do so, right, by sending us your interest through email at anointedhos@gmail.com. anointedhos@gmail.com. Make sure to put your name, phone number, city, and state in the description line. Make sure you put prospect phase so we'll know what you're addressing, sending the message to us for, and we can get that information to you. It says that Jody Ann Mitchell is her second time? Is that what she said?
God says her second time.
Hey, the water for coming back. We hope that we can see you even more and more. All praise to the Most High for that. The water for your support. Any sisters who want to help the brothers, because we need you. We got to have the support of the sisters, right? There's no way out of that, right? Oh, from United. Oh, you know what? I have an aunt, my auntie, my mother's sister has been living in the United Kingdom for over 45 years. I got cousins that got that weird accent. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you, sis. But yes. So all praises for that from United Kingdom. What was I at? Oh, sisters who want to help the brothers, right? Do the work of the Lord, right? Because we need you in our sisters' ministry, right? You can do so by sending us your interest, right? Through email, anointedhos@gmail.com. That way we can get that information to you. In the description line, make sure you put sisters ministry and we'll give you the information as to when that's going to be going on and starting, all right? All praise to the Most High for that. All right, let's go ahead and get. Well, you know what to get, Kawal.
Yep. Already know.
Enjoy the rest of your Sabbath day. Right.
Indeed.
Some places it's probably like 80 degrees. Some places it may be 50. It's like 50 here. So y'all can see why I might have a little bit of envy in me for those brothers down south. And
it over here just as well, otherwise it ain't warm just yet.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Another thing too, you tune into our channel and everything. If you subscribe, go back and look at some of the older classes just as well. So a lot of good gems in there. And be aware that there are going to be new classes that are coming throughout the week.
That's right.
Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button and hit the alert button or whatever so that you'll know when those new classes start, and come in and join us. We got a lot of things that are getting ready to come up here just this month. So all praises to the Most High.
God, all praises. Let's get that Daniel 7:18.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18, and it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Shem,
Yahushai. I said that again. Bashem Hamashiach, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. All praises. Hey, we want to thank you again for being with us every Saturday morning, being diligent, right? Honoring the Sabbath, doing those things, teaching your children, gathering and congregating with one another. All right. We want to see that. We want to continue that. Right. And we thank you again for being with us. Make sure you are with us coming up. Our next lesson will be on Milk Monday with Captain Eliel. So be ready for that to come on. All right. And I want everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sabbath day. Again, I am Captain Knock.
And I am your brother, Officer Cabal.
And we are the Anointed House of Saints. And I like that too. Throw that up. Anointed House of Saints, chosen by the Most High God, the Most High, the Father, right? The Anointed House of Saints. We want to thank you again for being with us. And until next time, family, Shalom.
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 This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, 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 black music, black music, black music, black music, what up, black music, black music.
Yeah, you know I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. You 4104, man. We've been in this race for a while. Let your prayers for me just be restoring. I'm for the fight. Just fine. I ain't asking for much. More of you, less of me. Need your father. Yeah, need more. Spirit of love. Your tender care. Yeah. God has been rough. Send your angels. Yeah. Patience when I serve. Make the fire with chair. More than overcome. I believe what I read. Just like when the Messiah fled to the wilderness. This right here, this that obedience. This that environment, they ain't see me. I should not bear a grudge if you can make it in. Pressure make it man, but gotta make the ends. This that kid a quick temper trying to make it in. Though the meat gon' get the earth, the wicked running for the time. Got the faith, now watch what happen when your time is. So rock 11:10, mind your business. Don't need you chiming in. Unless it's present uplift. I'm for the fight. No, I'm all in, I'm about this, yo. Need your father. Restore for me. I'll be just fine. I'm proud of you, less of me. Yeah, need more. Spirit of love, all I need. Your tender care. Yeah. God has been rough. All I need. Send your angels. Yeah. Patience when I serve. Take the fire with you. More than overcome. Let your prayers for me be restored. I'm for the fight. Restore for me. I'll be just fine. More of you, less of me. Spirit of him.